you know,
Here we go.
where did things have happened?
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly. Hey, afternoon all. Afternoon. Yeah. I just thought, you know what? It's been a while since I've been on a Sunday, and I thought, you know what? Let me just talk. We just football chat in general. Talk about yesterday. Got my man DWTT Gary on here. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I don't know why I'm smiling, but I'm doing good because we've been talking about that, right? The game
Yeah.
yesterday is yesterday, and nothing
Yeah,
we
I
can do
know.
about it. Nothing we can do about it
There
now.
isn't. There isn't. You know what I mean? But you know what? Yesterday, I mean, for once, I never put it on the manager yesterday, and it was. You know what it was for me? It was about. Oh, and Chelsea City kicked off. By the way, people. For me, it was just about. Oh, it was the players who big game, big game, make a statement, go 12 points clear before the start of this game today. You know, and we fell miserably. I saw a few players on that pitch that did not want it. Did not want it. I mean, I know we had that front three, but sometimes you've always got to have that belief that you're in a title race. You've got to have that belief. That should give you that encouragement, to really just kick on, and but they didn't show that. I mean, what was? I mean, we're not going to talk about it all game, but all day. But what? Just a quick breakdown of what you thought yesterday. What did you see?
Oof. I it's been the same for the last 4 games. So and it's not necessarily the last 4 games. It's just the way that we play. So everything that we saw shouldn't have been a surprise to any of us, right? I mean, so
Yeah,
we've been seeing that style of football all year and complaining about it and wondering if we're going to improve on it and anything like that. And everything we've been seeing, the same thing. So sometimes I'm sitting there and I have no words because I'm like, do I want to say the same thing over again sometimes? Because this is what we've seen all year, you know? Can we get the ball out of the
yeah,
back with a little bit more urgency, you know? Can we
yeah,
actually take advantage when we make a turnover in the midfield? All these types of things,
mm,
right? And we
yeah,
don't do it. So then when you look at it and you're like, this is where we're at. And even if something doesn't, even if Arteta sets up the team wrong and he should make a change, it's not going to come until about 60 minutes. So whatever that halftime talk is, so far hasn't shown us anything. But yeah, that's my short version, I guess. But yeah, no,
yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like we've seen this before. And
yeah,
the only way things will change is if they change. And right
yeah,
now, nobody can tell me they're changing. At least I don't feel like they're changing. It doesn't matter whether we have the full squad or not. I think whether everybody's healthy or not. The problems are still there. That maybe the players could overcome, but still the process and the way we play is still the same, and it holds the players back.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
No,
and
I
oof.
totally, yeah,
So almost a
I
goal there
totally
for a
agree.
City. Ball didn't make it through to Harlan, but
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Thank you,
yeah,
everybody else for joining. I see Mr. Tom in the house, Stephen, the Arsenal Misfits in the
yeah.
house, the only
Who
Chris
have we
Wells
got?
in the house.
Yep,
Thanks for joining.
as always. Big up, big up, big up, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, big up Ross and Macton. Yep, yeah, and good luck in that FA Cup semi-final. Got a good friend of mine who I spoke to yesterday. He's looking to get a ticket for the semis. Yeah, big Leeds fan. I mean, he's been a Leeds fan since what, 60s, late 60s. Yeah,
Okay.
lifelong Leeds fan,
Yeah.
lifelong. You know,
I'll put
yeah,
I'll put your
big up to you.
I'll put your link in the chat because some people want to make sure they join your channel. So
Yeah,
yeah,
they're more than
so,
welcome to.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I just put it
more
in
than
there.
welcome to.
So if you guys want to,
Appreciate that.
subscribe, go ahead, go right ahead, go right ahead.
Yeah, and also subscribe to this legend of a man here, man. One of the most cool, smooth talking people I've ever seen on
Yeah.
the on here in my life. He's so cool and so cool, like Donnie Simpson. You know what I mean? He's definitely a Donnie Simpson, man. You know what I mean? I used to watch all that years ago. I know that guy's still going. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
They're like, hey, this is
Oh,
Vinicius.
you know what? That's probably. You know what? I'll
Vinicius.
take that. I'll take that because if you know the voice, you know Donnie Simpson, you know the voice, and you know that
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's like one of those like
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know, those like famous voices you hear. Not David Attenborough, but it is for those who know. Uh,
Big up, Chris.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man, definitely. I mean, he must be what, late 70s now, Don. He's looking well. Last time I saw him
It's got to be, got to be.
online, he was looking really well.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But yeah, it has been like that for a whole season. In fact, last 3 seasons. Yeah, and that's the thing, Arsenal Whisper. I mean, what frustrates me is that, and I know it frustrates all of you, guys. What is that? We've seen some football from the boys, and I'll tell us I'm talking 22, 23, 23, 24. It's like where's that gone? Normally, when you see football like that, you see it get better. When with Wenger, when Wenger first came to the club, and then it was around 2000, 2001, you could see there was this incredibly different brand of football. We played good football when he first came to the club, but I thought 2000, 2001 season, I thought we played some great football. And then 2001, 2002, we just, just wow, wow, you know. And Wenger still implemented that style of play years later. Even when we were not winning championships, we didn't win anything for 9 years, and we were still playing some good football. We just weren't consistent enough. You know, we were still playing that football. If we could play some of that Arsene Wenger football right now, we are winning this league, and I think we will get to a Champions League final. Not saying we're going to win it, but if we played this Wenger style football now, I guarantee you we won't have to rely on other teams to beat City for us to win this league. In my opinion.
Yeah. We still
So
have. We
I
still
don't
have.
know.
Yeah. As I was telling somebody the other day, or yesterday, anyways. City have to. They have to win. If they win the next 3 games, then they're in. They're in the hunt, right?
Sorry, Chris.
We.
Sorry to interrupt
Yeah,
you.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I ate it, Chris. I ate it. I ate it. Sorry. Sorry. Go on, Gary. Go on, Gary. Go on, Gary.
I heard that. He
Go
didn't
on,
even share any with me. See that? Man said it's going for the roast, and then he ate it all.
man.
No, what I was going to
Sorry,
say.
man. Go on. You were saying.
No, no. What I was
You were
going to
saying.
say is that City they have to win. Like I think to put pressure on us, they have to win the next 3 matches that they play. If they do that, that puts them on on same point tally as us with a game in hand. Right? That's where they are right now.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
that's what we have. But if we all we have to do is win one, right? We
Yeah.
win our next one, which is against City. And you know what? So if Arteta's going to win one game this season, if he's going to put 120%, 150% into a game, it's got to be that City game at the Etihad, right?
Yeah.
So if that means, you know what? I know it sounds silly, but if that means you might have to take a little bit off of what you bring to the Champions League, you have to win the league. So take,
Yeah.
decide what you want to do, but you have the league in your hands if you win that City match, I believe, right? Because that's a 6 point swing there. So it should be. I always say this should be an easy decision what to do. We always talk about never taking a game off and stuff like that, but there are things you can do. Like if you feel like a player is not going to give it to you in the Champions League, you can save him for the City match. You do it. You do it. So because that's probably
100%.
that's our final. You lose that and you basically open up. You put even more pressure on you, and then you have to win out and win by more. I think if we win out, I have to win out. So
Yeah.
yeah, and even that
Exactly.
doesn't guarantee anything because they could go on a run as well, and then we're back doing the same thing we did a couple of years ago when it was going back and forth, wins, and we had the one loss that pretty much knocked us out. So
Yeah.
against
Yeah.
Villa, a couple of seasons ago. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly. And that was because
yeah,
he tweaked the 11, and I'm like, I wish he hadn't done that
yeah,
because what he was doing was working, and then it's like he feels he needs to be very flamboyant, needs to try something else, or have partying at right back we did in the 22-23 season. What are you doing here? What are we doing here? Why would you do that? You know what I mean? It's like, why? It's just those things. If it's working, keep it. Keep that formula. You know, keep that. And I wouldn't be moaning about him now. So you know what I mean? And yeah, yes, they prove that you don't need a low block to beat us exactly. They press us to death, just like we do as well. Yeah, and we used to. And for me, Bournemouth, I said this on the takeover on Friday, and big up to Bobby Ali G on the takeover. Um, I was with because who was I with? I was with yeah, myself, Bobby, um, Geeks, Dylan, Dodsey, and big up to them as well, legends. Yeah, so with them, it was like I was saying they are unbeaten in 11 games, even though they've drawn five in a row. And I think it was, I know Bobby wasn't dismissing it, but I was just thinking that, where you just don't, when you're unbeaten in the league, and you have five, six, seven draws in a row, you're at the end of the day, you're unbeaten. You're not moving up the table, but you're unbeaten. And we were the last team to beat them. And if they had, and I'll tell you what, Bournemouth, if they had more wins, the draws, they would probably be in the top six right now. And I always knew they were a dangerous side. And I went with a 2-1 yesterday. And I'm like, you know what, we'll probably stink out 2-1 win. I didn't think we played well. But what we saw yesterday was like, wow, you know, it was just, there was no hunger, no determination. And yeah, that's what upset me the most.
That's the link
Yeah,
to your
big
channel,
up for
to the
that.
show. To the show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate that. And yeah, and you'll subscribe to DWTT as well. Please subscribe to him as well, man. That's legend. Yeah, we need to help him get to 500. He deserves it. Thank you. No, thank you very much, Arsenal Mister.
yeah,
Appreciate that. I really do. Appreciate the love. And and here's this guy who always shows love and respect.
yeah,
Yeah, AFC, A7 always big up to you, man. Bought my breakfast and lunch. I was sick after watching
yeah,
that show. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I hear that, man. I hear that. And yeah,
What's funny is everybody said as soon as Arteta said that, and guess what? Every time he asks for something, he forgets that it's a two-way street, right?
exactly,
The fans going to
exactly.
bring something. The stadium's going to bring something. Guess what? You have to bring something too, and he didn't do it
Yeah,
once again. It's like I don't believe what he says in the press conferences, and I don't believe when he says I need the team to bring this to me. So
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Arsenal 04-05 side's the best club team I've
yeah,
ever seen.
yeah.
You know something? Now, I personally don't think it is, but I think it's one of the best. And I do get why you're saying it, Mr. Tom. I do get why you said that because we played some great football that season, but then we were actually missing players. We were. It got to a point where it's like Fabregas played a lot of games that season, and I don't think that was Arsene Wenger's plan because Gilberto and Edu missed a lot of that season, and we were lucky that Vieira and Fabregas were still fit. Yeah, I know Flamini played some games as well, but I felt we were missing Gilberto and Edu badly. You know, I don't think we should have let go of Ray Parler. I would have liked Ray Parler to stay at Arsenal rest of his career because he went to Middlesbrough. But then defensively, we were at times very suspect that season, very suspect. But then you finally, Gary, back in the days, when you're the league champions, you've got teams that are desperate to beat you. So it was always hard to defend the title from an Arsenal perspective, if you get what I'm saying. So, but I think that team, I think when you forget, let's forget we finished second and we won the FA Cup on penalties. When I look at that side, that squad, yeah, it was playing football at the top of its peak. On their day, they could beat anybody. I do get that because 2003, 2004, we had some great performances, but I felt with that invincible side, we were not losing games. We drew quite a few games as well in the league. But yeah, I'll go. You know what? I would go. I'd definitely go there. For me, that would be in my top five. And Chelsea have scored.
Oh, you're
Oh
ahead of
no,
me, of course.
actually, or have they scored?
I haven't seen anything yet. Uh, they're on their attack here. Cucurella with a long pass,
No, no,
and
it's disallowed. It's disallowed.
okay, all right. Neto has the ball. I'm way
Yeah,
behind you, of course. So let's see what's going on here. Dribbles right through, and I guess Cucurella is offsides. I think that's what they're calling for. Yeah, Cucurella must
yeah,
have been offsides. That's right. Yeah, the flag went up right away. So yeah, it looked close. It looked close, but it was a very nice
no,
build up
yeah.
there. I mean, that's the thing
I've
about
got it.
City. If you know what, these
Yeah,
opportunities. I mean, he's just offsides. If you look at it, he's offsides by his shoulder. If he comes in a little bit angled, you know what, he maybe gets closed down sooner. But yeah, it was close. It was close.
yeah.
But you know what,
Managers are different to
those
me too.
opportunities there that Chelsea offsides, those are the ones that come back to haunt you against City because we see it all the time,
Yeah,
right? Teams do
yeah,
this.
they
They have
do.
opportunities early in the game, and then all of a sudden City wakes up and goes, well, you know what, we're gonna have to, you know what, we're gonna have to do the
Oh,
same. They come back. Yeah, yeah.
get this out. Right, sorry. Oh, I do apologise. Yeah, yeah. 0304. Yeah, it's you know what? For me, my favorite team was 2001, 2002, Mr. Tom. The Scored in every league game, never lost away from home. We had three away games. Sorry, three home games. We should never have lost. And that, and I also liked the 1990-91 team because they lost one league game and they were very solid and played some good football. But over 04, it was just yeah. There was some incredible performances that season. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
That's a
It, I
shame
was
we haven't
alive
seen
for all. I was
that
alive for a
season.
lot of all that football, but I just never got a chance to. I can. I didn't watch. I couldn't. I don't believe I could have watched it because that was back in the days when didn't have streaming. You know,
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
national TV wasn't the thing. Didn't have satellite dishes and all that kind of stuff. So so yeah, I missed all of that stuff, and so like I said, my fandom didn't really start until like 2012, which is not a good time. You know,
okay.
if you remember those days. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but have you seen the season videos that they have? Well, I say they're
I you know
video DVDs
I want to.
on YouTube.
I don't remember as much, so I try not. I don't even bother looking at them because I can't really talk to it because I didn't feel it. I like to feel it, like live
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So I don't go. I don't usually go back and watch because it doesn't give me the same feeling, and I don't remember stuff as it is. So not feeling
yeah,
like I can feel the pain in a lot of the games that I watched, right? But go back and look at a game that I didn't even see the whole thing at and feel the pain for the whole thing. It doesn't really sit in with me.
yeah,
So I don't go back and watch. I know maybe people say you should go back and check your history out, but I haven't done that because I kind of feel like I'll tell you what I feel now than what I thought because I can't talk about everybody can go back and say this is the Arsenal way and this is what I remember seeing, and I'm like,
yeah,
well, I can only go by what I've been seeing, and this is I don't believe this is the Arsenal way you're talking about, so I can only go by what I see right now, and that's true for anything, right? Right now, what we're
yeah.
seeing
Of
is
course.
not what people would consider the Arsenal way. And Arteta,
No, that's right.
supposedly as a captain should know what that is, and
Mm,
it doesn't seem like he's heeding that message. As they say, victory and
not
harmony.
so.
He's not doing that, right? So yeah, now I see
Exactly.
AFC always David Ray with the second most passes. I mean, that's So he had almost 40 back passes to him. You see
That's crazy, isn't it?
when a goalkeeper,
It's what
like, we put too much pressure. We expect our defense to hold up, but then we add even more pressure on our defense by asking to be perfect under duress,
yeah.
and the duress that we create ourselves.
It's
It's
crazy.
asking too much.
I mean, how many times we always keep passing the ball back anyway? We keep the ball in our own half for so long,
Yep. Yep.
and there's times that when you play the ball back to Raya, we're not under any pressure. A number of times when we're doing that, and we just keep possession. It could be 0-0, we could be 1-0 down, and we keep trying to keep possession. It could be
Yep.
2-0 down, we're still trying to keep possession for ages, and then it's like we said, we don't. And off the ball, we don't even see any movement as well.
How many times I look
There's
at
no
the
chemistry
donut.
there, man.
Yeah, I look at the donut hole on the squad. I'm like, somebody has to come to the middle of the pitch. At least make it seem like we're going to go through the middle. Just a presence of somebody in the middle means that defenders or the high press has to think about it. You know, but we don't even come to the middle, and then we don't make that pass to the middle. And then when we do, the last thing that person's thinking of doing is breaking it and splitting the line and going through the middle of the defense when they should. Like we've seen it on the half turn, right? I talk about it all the time. On a half turn, just take the ball and go up the pitch, through the middle of the pitch. Then they'll slow down that press. We never do it, and guess what? They just keep bringing on more and more players. I mean, they're like 6 players on our side of the pitch, and we couldn't get by them. 6. That's we don't do that, and we're considered to have a really good defense, right? We don't have to do that, but other teams do it, and we have no answer for it. And that's I think a little bit on Arteta, a bit on the players having a little bit more confidence to be able to break down that press. We don't do, we expect the other team to essentially just give it to us, and they don't, right? They don't. So, yeah.
Exactly. No, I agree.
Yeah.
And it's just, even though I'm not interested in other teams, obviously want Chelsea to drop points after we beat Fulham yesterday. I only saw that little bit of that Liverpool Fulham game yesterday. I didn't really watch it as such. But yeah, I mean, what's happened to them, right? It's like our fans actually feel a lot more getting a lot more pleasure in talking about what's happened to Liverpool this season compared to us. And I'm thinking, well, when you're the league champions, they'll always teams will always want to work their butts off even more and get that result. But then I know Liverpool had their issues, but you know what? If Arne Slot gets a sack at the end of the day, will be leaving here. He'll be leaving Liverpool, Premier League champion, and no one can take that away from him.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, that 16 one running in 23-24. Yeah, exactly. After the shite Arteta ball was dropped, doing the break was magic. Exactly, 54 goals and just 10 compared to just 37 for 19 against. Yeah, and you see, this is what I'm saying. For that, we were disappointed that we lost the Villa. We're disappointed that we lost the league. But then I said, give this guy another year. And then I actually said, well, I was looking forward to the 24-25 season. I'm sure you were as well, Gary, where I thought, you know what, continue the way we're playing and we'll win this league. We will win this league. I tipped us to win the league in 24-25. And then I couldn't believe what we were seeing. And this is even before the injuries to our front players.
Yeah. No, we I always say you need to bring a little bit. You need to build from the previous game, and in this case, you need to build from the previous season. And after seeing that, you're like, all right. And I think I believe I forget who we brought in that season, but we're like, yes, we just need more attackers, better attackers, and all of that. And I don't recall. I forget who we brought in. Was that Havertz? I think it was when Havertz came in, right?
No, Havertz came with Havertz and Rice.
Yeah,
it was Marino.
It's Marino. Yeah, so that's what we're like. And we don't know if we brought. I think we brought in more defenders, of course, like we usually do. And we needed more attacking. That's been Arteta's problem since that fifth place finish against that team, right? We've needed more attack, better attack, actually, not more attack, better attack. We haven't
Yeah,
done that. We've always gotten a player that he might be okay. No, we needed to get, you need like if you can get a Declan Rice and a Zubimendi, you need to do a similar thing on your attack, right? We don't do that.
yeah,
How can you find a Timber and Hincapie, a Calafiori, right? But then you can't find the same on the attack. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's what we're looking for. That level of quality, bringing in for yes, less than the 100 mil that it might cost to get a top player, but we're doing it on the defensive side, right? We don't do it on the attacking
yeah,
side. Like Madueke isn't, worth it, right? If you think about it,
yeah,
Havertz has not been worth the money we brought in, and not the salary he comes with, right?
mm,
So yeah, it's they're gonna make it tough on us if they do win it, but I still think serious discussions need to be had regardless of how this
yeah,
thing plays out. Serious discussions have to be had, and whether they keep Arteta or not, that shouldn't matter what results we get this season. It's whether long term it's a good fit, right? Because you see people talk about managers that have won trophies and then been let go. This might be one of those type of situations if the ownership and the management of Arsenal looks at the long term of this,
yeah,
because they could win and they could still lose players. Players could still want out, right? They
yeah,
could win the league and players could still go. I don't think it's going to change, but I'm happy to get the win. But do I want to be here for this? Because the players that they
exactly.
need to bring in, we might not be able to afford, and other teams will want those same players, and they might offer more. So it will be tough.
Yeah,
It'll be tough either way. And if you
yeah,
have a bigger name to make that call, right? If it's Enrique, if
yeah.
it's Hansi Flick, whatever the name of that manager is, they bring in, it'll make a difference. Game's still
Oh, definitely.
0-0 over here.
Yeah,
Chelsea's
same. Yeah.
had a Chelsea's had the best of it in
It
terms of at
has.
least XG
They
per
have
shot.
been.
Yeah,
I actually paused it for a few seconds to get it to you because I'm on 27, 29.
yeah, you're about 12 seconds ahead of me. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
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 yeah. I just
that's
hit
cool.
27-21. The ball just went out of bounds. Yeah,
Yeah.
Donnarumma just kicked it out for a throw in deep in there in the final third for Chelsea. So yeah, I mean,
Right. This.
I don't want to. As I said to somebody last time, fans were like, we need one of our rivals to beat City. It was that team from North London, and we just remember, you know, you know, their players just falling on the ground when they should be, making the
Yeah.
plays. So, you know, yeah.
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 Exactly. Well,
If
listen.
Chelsea
This is for
shows up,
anyone who
to
wants to join in.
yep.
This is for anyone who wants to join in. So more than welcome.
Mm,
Always welcome on this channel. You don't have to be an Arsenal fan. Anyone can come on this channel. If
mm.
you're a Millwall fan, except there's one Millwall fan I know in particular who I think he's an absolute legend. If he ever got wind of this, he's more than welcome to come on the channel. You know what I mean? You wouldn't even think he was a Millwall fan. Such a nice, softly spoken fella, and you would never think he was a Millwall fan.
Mm.
Trust me, he's one of those Millwall fans that does not like a section of the fans. If that makes sense, from how they've been over the decades, and there's still that element.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that City might still win a treble in one of their worst seasons is what it's crazy, isn't it? You know,
Yeah,
can you imagine?
I mean, it's weird to say worst seasons and then have
Yeah,
them. It can't be a worst season and they have the potential to win a treble. You know what I mean? It
yeah,
can't. It can't. Because it
no,
means
exactly.
everything. You know what I mean? Like it sounds like it's worst season, but it's not. It's not. If you have an opportunity to win three trophies in a season, it can't be a worst season of all. Because that would mean Arsenal win a Premier League in their worst season, right? That's not true. You win a Premier League, that's a really good season. So you win. They won a trophy. They have a
Yeah,
chance to win another two. You know, It's up to
Yeah, I
Arsenal
mean
to change
that's
that. Oh,
right.
Neto down the line. All right. Chelsea is looking really good here. If they don't score, and this game drags on, eventually City will just wake up and decide,
I
hey,
think so.
why don't we just take this thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they're
yeah,
doing. I mean, they're really playing. They're taking the game to City at the moment, and that's
yeah.
what you got to do. And that's why I felt if we'd have taken the game to City in the cup final, then I think we could have got something because that's what you do. But we you've seen, haven't you? Where do you think we tend to play with fear a lot against the bigger sides?
Fear. I don't even. I don't. Are we really? Are we? I don't think we're scared. I just think our playing style is terrible.
Hmm.
'Cause you know what I mean? Like, are we scared? I don't know. I kind of feel like the playing style creates stress. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna hold on to the ball and play it out the back and not really think about like, you know what, maybe I should move this ball a bit forward maybe once in a while. You create stress
Yeah,
on your team. And I think that's the way he wants us to play. All right? I think that's the way he wants us to play. It just doesn't it's not the best it's just not a good approach. Like, like when we you can see when we try to open up the game and just go, you know what? Screw all this playing style that we were doing for the first 60, 70 minutes. Let's just go at it. The players enjoy it. You can see it. They can go out there and do what what their talents allow them to do. So Arteta needs to figure out how to do that. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to control. Everybody says he likes to he's a controller. Wants to control it, and you can't because other teams there they don't have to listen to you. You know what I mean? You have to impose your will. You can't like control the situation. You got to take advantage. I always say take advantage of what the defense gives you. If they turn the ball over on you, you need to take advantage of that. We don't do that, right? We don't counter enough when we should, right? Our first thought is maybe we should reset the ball, right? We turn the ball over in the final third, get the ball, and sometimes the ball ends up all the way back with the goalkeeper, and you're like, wait a second, but you got to score this way, fellas.
yeah, exactly.
You're like,
Yeah.
what do we, why we don't? If we have to reset all the way back past midfield and we get the ball in their half, something's wrong. You know, something's wrong with the way that we're playing. So, yeah, 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 yeah.
I mean, I know. I mean, you know what? You broke that down so well because what I see from us sometimes, yeah, is when like Chelsea, for example, when they went down to 10 men. Oh, he's not getting the ball. When they went down to 10 men against us, and sorry, in the away game, and and I'm like the way we set up, and I'm thinking the way we've set up in terms of our lines, we've set up to draw the game, and I'm thinking, try and take advantage of that. You've got 10 men on the pitch. Take advantage of that. The fact they're down a man. But
Yep.
we never seem to whenever we come up against someone.
Arteta likes to
With
even the score. He likes
it
to even
doesn't
the
do.
score. It seems right. Like, all right, they've got a man down. We're gonna play with our hands behind our back. Guess what? Their fullbacks both have yellow cards. Guess what? We're gonna try something different. We're gonna go long with the ball to the inside. Kind of just like what we
Exactly.
see it so many times. Saka is sitting there. Saka is sitting there. He gets a yellow on a player, and then it seems like what? We can't go back to him anymore because guess what? We might get another yellow. That's actually
Yeah.
what you're trying to do. He's going to have to play a little bit more cleaner, a little bit more timid, and guess what? That's fine. That means we have the space and time that we need, right? You got to,
Mhm.
like I said, you got to take advantage of what they give you, and if you don't, you get punished for it, right? Yesterday we got punished
Yeah.
for it. The two goals we gave up were off deflections from basically from our best defenders, right? I mean, Saliba's deflection, and then the clearance
Yeah.
from Gabriel that gets deflected, and they scored on both of those, right? Those don't
Yeah.
happen all the time, but against Arsenal they do because guess what?
They do.
The team
Yeah.
when a team gets a chance, their eyes light up. The eyes
Oh
light up. They're
yes.
like, you know what? The gates have opened. They have an opportunity to get something on Arsenal, and because they don't get it much for most of the game because we are good defensively, but when they have a chance, they just go head down, bang, right,
That's right.
right, and they go for it. When we have that opportunity, we don't, you know. I mean, we were lucky to get the handball yesterday. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just. But otherwise, did we create anything that we created stuff, but it never played out. And we didn't put enough pressure on them. We did
I mean,
everything
that
right in
Kai
the beginning.
Havertz chance.
Yeah, yeah. Havertz header. He's got it. And we always talk
He
about
should have
okay,
buried that header.
Gyökeres can't. He can't head the ball. All right, Havertz can, and
Mm,
then we give it to Havertz, and then he looks no different than Gyökeres, right? So
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
But
yeah,
BX Gunner, man, big up to you, my guy.
yeah,
Sunday
yeah.
fun day. Oh wait, yep. Arteta's still here. He's still here, unfortunately. Sorry, it's cancelled for night. Yep,
Mhm.
we could get knocked out of the Champions League on Wednesday. I don't think it'll happen. Don't want it to happen. Who does? We never ever want us to lose any games. We're self game. We're not them types of fans. We could lose next week against City. We can lose our next 4 games on the spin, and he'll still be there. He will still be there. So it's been almost 7 years of this, and yeah, you know what I mean. It's like I mean, with what apart from that one FA Cup, it's just been the fact that he's been what I think it's his sixth full season with us or something, and
Yeah,
it's like you're going
yeah,
through school.
yeah,
It's like you're going through school, isn't it? And you've gone through school. You started school around the same time Arteta did, and then you get to year 11, or what's the highest grade, Gary,
It's
you'd have
12. It's
in
12. It's
school?
12 over here. Yeah. So after
It's 12.
12
It's
years,
12, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
The 12th grade. So it's like you get there, and then you leave school with absolutely nothing. All this is that's what it feels like under this manager.
yeah. And
You leave
also
with absolutely nothing.
it's expectations, right? Like
Yeah,
the FA Cup when we won it, there was no expectations because if I recall, that week we played City and Liverpool, and it was like, how in the world are we gonna get through this week? If you recall, we got through that week. We
yeah,
were able to move through into the I think it was the semis or the quarterfinals, whatever. And it was like,
yeah,
wow, right? Because there was no expectation. So Arteta played with one the handbrakes off with no pressure, house money, whatever
yeah,
you want to call it. He played with that,
yeah,
you know. And then the next thing you know, he's got his own plan, and he forgets the trophy that he won and how he won it. You know what I mean? He didn't win it playing this controlled football and not actually, taking advantage when you have the chance and letting some of your players, do what they do, right? And we're paying for it, paying for it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Better
Better
tactician.
tactical managers always
Yeah,
get better than Arteta. They do, and Ariola seems to be one of them, one of quite a few. You know, I mean, yeah. So yeah, hold on a sec. Okay, and
yeah,
should get
yeah. As I like to say, it's not
cool.
necessarily Arteta leaving; it's Arsenal improving wherever they see fit. So if that means
Yeah,
Arteta's got to go, then he's got to go. You know, so
exactly.
that's the whole thing. It's about improving. Oh, right at the goalkeeper, that one. That's City's getting close. Chelsea's going to have to ride out this last 7 minutes.
Oh, they
Uh,
are. I'll have a special bottle. I'll have a special bottle of AFC for when he does.
mm,
I've said already he can win us the league and then he can just bugger off.
yeah, yeah,
You know, I mean he can do. Hey man, listen man, don't. Hey, it's all good, man. You know what I mean. Don't worry about that. You know what I mean. It's all good. Arsenal misfit. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. But I do understand them, of course. Here you go. And there's Gary Channel. Please like, share, subscribe. Let's help him get to 500, please. and then we can think about getting him to
Next,
1K. That'd be great. I'm still on the road to 200.
there
You
you
know what I
go.
mean?
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
Cav,
I
Cav,
won't I won't do things for I won't do silly things for
Gil.
clicks. You know what I mean? I won't do nothing outrageous or do something like this and like Mel Gibson and Lethal Weapon and no, I ain't doing none of that. It's not
Yeah,
happening.
yeah. You got the
You know
game
what I
on.
mean?
We
I'm,
definitely
I'm
have the
not
game
I'm not
on.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
It's
we got the game on.
yeah. Possession. Okay,
Uh,
of course, the possession arrow is more on City now. Of course, as it should be, as it usually is. So, yeah. So this game, like at least the way it's playing out right now, this is the way City wants it. They don't. They're not losing. They don't need to score again. They got a corner coming up. So, yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's
So,
not been. I mean, I normally find Chelsea Man City games quite boring, but this hasn't been a bad game.
well, you know what? It's starting to get bad in the sense that Chelsea is starting to relinquish possession and not,
They are.
just defend, defend, defend. And the last thing we you want Chelsea to do is have to defend. So,
But what City's so good at doing, they can soak it all up, and then they'll
yeah,
just get that goal out of nowhere.
yep, yeah. They went short on that corner, and that's a funny thing. They go short on their corner, and that ball ends up in the box. We go short on our corners, and the ball never gets into the box, and you're like, well, that defeats the purpose of
Yeah,
this whole thing.
exactly.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I'll tell you what, Liam Rossini is doing a good job at the moment. I must say,
yeah.
he's I think they've only lost two league games since he's come in, and one of them was against us.
I hear what you're saying. I guess, but they haven't. I thought they've had a bad winning streak or something like that coming into this match.
Hmm. Oh,
So
did they really?
yeah, I thought. I mean, maybe I read that wrong, but I thought
Hmm.
they had. Let's see what it says here. But I
It's
thought they
probably in
were.
the league, probably in the
I hear
league
what
only, I
you- Okay,
suppose,
okay, yeah,
because Paris Saint Germain had beaten them
yeah. They had
in
lost
the
four.
last
Yeah,
round, wasn't it?
they had lost four in a row, two Champions League, two league games, and then they just had that blowout win against Port Vale. So yeah,
Yeah,
so they lost to
yeah. All the
Newcastle
injury.
and they lost to Everton 1-0 and 3-0. So they haven't scored in the league in since March. No, in the
Oh,
league they haven't
really?
scored since early March is the last time they
Hmm.
scored in the league. So yeah, and
Okay,
that's a month ago. So it's
that's
been a month since
interesting.
they scored in the league. But that's so
That's
yeah,
interesting.
yep.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah,
Wow.
they've been struggling. But they just scored seven, so maybe they have their shooting boots on.
Well, all injuries must be from picking up the pens in training. Shit, probably, mate. Probably.
Mhm.
Players are burnt out because of manager. Yeah, too right. I find that I've never known fullbacks, right, under this manager to work more harder than everybody else.
Yeah.
Defensively, offensively as well. You're thinking, wow. And it's crazy. I mean, I remember a time when years ago fullbacks never got substituted; they'd always played the whole 90 minutes. You know, and I know football's changed. I know times have changed now, but yeah, I find that Timber he burns himself out to the point where he inverts so much to the
Yep.
point where he ends up in the number 10 or the number 9 sometimes. You think, what are you doing there?
And when he's ahead of our striker, and you're like, I don't think that's where he's supposed to be. When he's taking headers off
Yeah.
our strikers, it's like I don't think that's where he's supposed to be. I don't know much about football, but I think your fullback should be not ahead of their attackers. If you can help it.
Mm.
You know, you know. So yeah, City is getting into this thing now.
Yeah,
We were saying, they're putting the press on. They've got like at least four players up top, putting pressure on Chelsea.
yeah.
Chelsea can't get out of their own half right now. So yeah,
Why
yeah.
don't we do this?
Unless this changes, it'll be a matter of time.
And then,
They got a minute until
ooh,
extra time, so we'll see. They can if Chelsea can last. and not have going on a sour note here.
I thought
But
Semenyo was going to score there. It's corner.
mm, yeah,
Oh,
Semenyo. Yeah, Arsenal couldn't have done without Semenyo, right?
we could have
Yeah.
done with Semenyo
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I'm
Could have,
kidding. I'm kidding. Like Arsenal said, "Nah, Semenya, no. We don't need him." It got deflected away from the goal. That it was probably covered anyways. But yeah,
did it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But this is a and every time we don't make a that change in January, like once again, it's the second season in a row where we should make a change in January. We need something. Pick
Mm.
something, defender, attacker, whatever it is. Pick something, especially if they're available.
Yeah.
And it's the second window in a row where if we brought maybe somebody else, somebody new in, maybe you know what, maybe
Yeah.
like last year,
Give this up.
you bring in Ollie Watkins, maybe right, because you needed something. You lost, we didn't bring him in this season.
Mm.
Once again, if you're not gonna play in Wary, bring somebody in. Are you gonna let Minweri go? Then bring somebody in. Because that's my
I
thing
don't
about.
agree.
If you're not gonna
I'm
play
still
him,
upset about that.
if you're not gonna play him, then I think he needs to
Mm.
go. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Not that he shouldn't play. Is that if you are not going to play
Mm.
him, he needs. It's like the Saliba thing. If you're not gonna play him, you let him go out on loan and let him build up his, his craft. Right.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel about it. Yes, did I want it? No, because I loved Minweri. I wanted him to play. But if you're not gonna
Yeah.
play him, having him sit on the bench is the worst thing for him. Right.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what we did. And that's one of those things where I said Berta needs to be the adult in the room and
Yeah.
go, Arteta, you have Skelly, you have Norgard, you have Inweri. Play them. Play them. Right? They don't have to start, but they need to get minutes, legitimate minutes in games. Not like 10 minutes at the end, like legitimate minutes. Like they might start some games in the league, but they might also come in at halftime, 30 minutes left, whatever the case. They can do that. They've shown they can do that. Norgard, how can Norgard go from being a captain of his own squad in the
I
league,
know.
and he can't even play against them. He can't even play
Exactly.
against
Bit part player.
he was the captain
Crazy.
for the team. He can't even play against them.
Crazy.
He's sitting on the sidelines watching it, and you're like, how that doesn't the math ain't mathing, right? The 2 + 2
Yeah.
does not equal
I
4.
wouldn't have had a play. Exactly. Gay, I would not have had a problem with him playing yesterday instead of Zubmendi, who, mind you, I don't remember seeing Zubmendi in the game, to be honest, yesterday, but, there you go.
Yeah.
But it's 0-0, half time.
Yeah.
Chelsea, look, they were in the ascendancy like for the first 20 minutes, but City have actually grown into the game now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's not been a bad half so far.
Yeah, I'll let you catch up on the chat. We got like lots of
Yeah,
messages.
definitely.
Mm.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go for a chat now.
Hey there, Jay. Hi.
Well done. Hey,
Michelle.
Gary. Big up, Jay. Big up, Jay, man. Yes, welcome indeed, man. Enough respect, man.
Yeah, that was
Came up
Corella.
from half-time session.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I don't go back and watch the. I don't go back and watch because I hear people on shows going, "You weren't even around when that happened. Why are you talking about it?" And I'm like, I was around, but I didn't watch it live, so I don't feel like I feel like I want to be in there. Like I want to be when everybody was crying over a game. I want to be there crying because I saw the entire thing, not because I saw some snippets of it. I watched '89 though. I didn't watch '89. Right, that video. I did watch that, but
that's great, man.
I
That's great.
didn't live it. I was around, but I didn't live it. So I was just in.
Yeah.
I was in high school. I was in high school when that was happening. So yeah.
I was 14. I was 14 when that happened, and a meeting Paul Merson. Well, not meeting Paul Merson because I already knew him, but meeting Michael Thomas a week after he'd scored that winning goal.
Wow.
One of my best memories, and Paul Merson I knew pretty well from his family and his younger brother Gary, who I haven't been in touch with him in a while actually, but we were school friends, still mates now. I haven't, like I said, we need to catch up with each other, and yeah, we played football together for school. and for club. Their dad Fred, he used to manage myself and Gary and other lads that we went to school with for a team called Hive, under 14 level and under 15s as well. Great days. Scored loads of goals and lots of fun. Got promoted one year from the
Mm.
second division to the first, and that was the same year we won the league um, in '89. And yeah, but big up to the family. I'll tell you what, I'd love to get Gary on here if I can one day. Love to get him on here. Then we'd have a lot to talk about. You know, and he's an Arsenal fan as well. So yeah, it's hard to pick from any of those great teams. It was a magical time for us, fan. It was indeed. And I do I miss those days? Yeah, of course I do. But I mean, even though life goes on, what I don't seem to like. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so true though. You know what? You're so right, BX man. You're absolutely right. You know, and for me, it's just a case of I just you've heard me say it, I cannot take delusional fans. I haven't got, like I said, I haven't got an issue, and I know you haven't either, with fans who are Arteta in, Arteta out. I haven't got an issue with that. I cannot take the delusion. Please don't come out and say things like Arteta is better than Wenger, or Arteta is better than Graham, or Arteta was probably better than the man who won us our first trophy in Europe that I hear you lot talk about, but I don't know who he is. Let's not go there, and won the double, first double, Bertie me. Let's not go there. It's different football, different eras, but at the end of the day, those three managers I mentioned actually won the big prizes,
Yeah,
and two out of three of them won in Europe as well.
yeah. And
So
I like to say
let's not go there.
when I was born, Bernie me had won the double. Let's just say that. So
Yeah, yes,
if I
he
was,
won, isn't it? Yeah, of course. That's the
yeah,
best way to say
I
it.
could have watched
You
it
know.
live, but I was probably a couple months old, probably not really into football then.
Yeah, I can't believe for life of me why sets up this way. Your defense has been so good. The season's now becoming exposed. The setup is inviting. Yeah, exactly. You just said it. Inviting pressure from opposition. And this is the thing. And I feel that now that when we get pressed, we easily make mistakes as well. But then again, there are times when
They always
we make
say
mistakes, we
the
don't get
teams
pressed.
they always say the teams that press are the teams that hate to be pressed. And it's true. It is true. Like some of the best, like when we're healthy, right, and you've got Erdogan up there with Havertz or whoever pressing, the teams can't get out of. They never get the ball back after after the goalkeeper tries to get out of there. Right, they make a long pass, we get it intercepted, and we're going back the other way. We
Yeah,
are the exact same way. Um, but I think the difference is a lot of those teams eventually at some point will just go through the middle and just break us apart. Make a put pressure on enough pressure on us, and then we're in trouble. And we seem to pay for it more, even though we don't. But we seem to pay for it. It seems in the worst time, and it's in the worst time of the game usually. Right,
mm,
late in the game,
yeah,
we're not pressing because we're dead tired from doing it in the early part of the game. All right, and we just and like you said,
mhm.
invite the pressure, and we get killed by it.
Well,
Get killed
Arsenal
by it.
misfit here, spot on about what happened yesterday, because the press did allow us only three shots and killed our time possession, and and that's something that Bournemouth are really good at, regardless of who they play.
Mm.
If someone laughed, who was it? Wasn't in the chat, but I mentioned Iriola. Um, as taking over one of many managers who could take over from Arteta. And it was like, well, it's a case of, well, what's he done, what's he won. But I think he would do well. He'd do wonders at Arsenal. I think there's a lot of managers out there that would, and it's like I keep naming these same managers. And a few days ago, I had a good friend of mine actually say all these managers are named. It's like none of them can beat Arteta. None of them. But I saw him yesterday, and he's probably changed his mind. Big up Brenny, guest and chat. Yeah, AFC 777.
Hello,
Always
sir.
appreciate you, man. Always, man. Absolute legend yourself, man. Yeah, Rice ball distribution was awful. It was. It was. I was talking about this yesterday with a few fellow Gooners, and yeah, scared the crap out of me. Way too many times.
I okay. Tell me this. I know it was bad, but was it all due to him getting the ball late when somebody's pressing him? Like if you saw there's that one meme or whatever, one video that they show.
Yeah.
There are like four Bournemouth players with inside the 13, two or three of them inside the box, and he's trying to
Oh
clear it.
yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, that's not him. That's the
Mm,
ball getting passed to him as they're pressing up, as opposed to breaking down and turning, covering the ball and turning up the field and breaking them down. Like a lot of times, he gets the ball passed back with him with a player running at him, and yes, he hesitates sometimes, but you can't put your goalkeeper under that pressure. You know what? You could just boot it out. I'd rather just boot it out wide and settle down than to push it back to your goalkeeper with another player running at him and then going, you know what? He's got pressure on him. Now he boots it. And you know, I think it was a game yesterday where he tried to clear it and the ball got intercepted and we got lucky that it didn't fall to the wrong way.
yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that happened
Yeah.
in the game
Yeah.
yesterday, right? But I think when you invite that much pressure, nobody's going to look good, right? Nobody's going to
Mm,
look good, you know. And teams now know eventually just bring up one, two, three, four players up into your your forward press. You eventually will fold and give you more opportunities. And Arteta hasn't figured out. Guess what? We might need to have like I say, a ball carrier that's just going to take the ball up, like a Skelly, right? Like a Skelly.
yeah. Yeah.
Skelly get the ball. He protects when he's confident, he'll protect the ball. I think the problem is he's lost his confidence more than he's just not a good player. I think he's lost his confidence to
Yeah.
take that ball on the half turn and go up the pitch because they go back. Look at all the videos. This is what he can do. You know, you see it, but he doesn't. He hasn't been playing, and that's partly being a young player. I think that he just hasn't. He hasn't figured out that he can. He's got a place in football, right? He's got a place in football,
I,
but I think he's lost his
yes.
confidence, and that's why it doesn't look right now.
Yeah. I didn't think he was that bad yesterday, but I would love to see him in midfield. But yeah, I just think what could potentially happen with him and Ethan Neri, I think it's absolutely criminal.
Well,
I
hopefully that's just like the media trying to, get
I hope
their
so. I
numbers
hope
up,
so.
and like not Berta's not thinking, that might be a good idea. Let's get rid of our young talent. It makes no sense.
Yeah,
Let's get rid of
it
our young
doesn't.
talent. Like no, Jesus has to go. You know,
Oh
Trossard,
God, yeah,
Martinelli,
yeah,
pick
yeah,
one,
yeah, yeah,
right? Right?
yeah.
You've got
They've got to
players there
go.
that need to go that that are
Yeah,
on the books for a lot of money. That you probably you're not going to miss if they go, right? And if you're not going to
yeah.
play Norgard, then he has to go. You know,
Mm.
I
Well,
guess Moreno will come back and they'll let him come back and get healthy and all of that.
mm,
But yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, what's said here? Yeah, Arsenal this week again. I mean, the fact that Arteta went back to Arteta ball after that 16-1 run was criminal, and he should have been fired by Christmas last season. Yeah, I know. He should have been fired years ago. Um, then then he brought it back again this season. Unfathomable. Yeah, it is. Well, I agree with you on that, my friend. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of with Arteta's got more lives than a cat. Yeah, he has.
I
Chelsea
hope
have
you're
bailed
right
him out
about
today.
Chelsea, but I don't put much trust in anybody in London giving us a pass.
Well, this is exactly. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? Because I said already, we'll only win this. We'll only win this title with other teams doing us a favour, in my opinion.
Yeah,
And that's what will happen because even one of my best pals who's a City fan,
yeah.
he even said last week. He said to me, he still thinks that Arsenal win the league because he
Well,
said
well,
his
no,
boys will drop
that
more
is true,
points.
right? City doesn't win the league 2 seasons ago if that team from North London doesn't just like basically throw up on themselves on the pitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They had an
yeah,
opportunity to get something out of that game. They did, right? And they didn't. So what's the difference between that and what's going on now? Nobody says a thing because it's City. I get it, but they,
yeah.
you know what? that team was poor in that game. And was it? Was it? Yeah. Give the title to new
Um,
manager. Went into their Premier League. uh,
yeah, yeah, that would be very much Arteta like. That would be us.
well,
You know what I
as I
mean?
said, I thought it was a little interesting that he actually sat there and he cheered, he clapped when City got their medals. Like, and then like in the same breath, in the same football career as a manager, do you recall him ever clapping when City scored a goal on Arsenal? He never scored. He just sat there stoic. But for some reason, all of a sudden now
Yeah.
he wants to clap them for winning a trophy against you. What? No, no, you
Although,
don't. No, no, no. I get it if you've been clapping all along, but you didn't clap when City score goals on Arsenal before. Now you're gonna clap when they get a trophy. They get a trophy
mm,
over you. Nah, you can't do that. Not to me, right? Yeah. You can't do that.
yeah,
So I mean that's where I thought like you know what you're missing like how do you read the room kind of thing, right?
yeah,
I get having the play sit there and watch it and stew in it, but I ain't clapping, right? I'm not clapping for that, right? Because no, because in like 3 games from now I got to beat you. What? I never want to cheer for anybody's happiness. You know what I mean? Because tomorrow
yeah,
you're gonna have
exactly.
to play them, and guess what? You gave them a little bit of a jolt there with your praise, and then it might come back and haunt you, which it could. But nah. I thought that was interesting that he did that when he hadn't done it all of his career sitting next to Pep, right? I get the sitting there and watching it, but I just was like, "Nah, you never clap for your own team that you're managing as an assistant when they scored against Arsenal." But nah. I didn't like that one at all. That's just maybe it's just me.
Yeah,
I'm a mean person or something. So
I know, I don't. Anyone has done that. I really don't. I mean, but as a Canadian fan, I've got the 7 Reading games this season. With the cousins who had season tickets. 3 of them were against Millwall, and the police had to go into the stands each game. Yeah, yeah, that's right. I mean, Millwall, 30 years from now, Millwall will still be that club that will have that element. You know what I mean? From their fathers, their grandfathers, their great grandfathers. Oh God, yeah. You know, dangerous club, man. I mean, our style is anti-football. Well, yeah, it is. Because I mean, you know what? It's funny. You know what, BX? It's funny you said that. Yeah. Uh, that you brought this up because Gary, what I'm gonna say is I counted today just league games only, in my opinion. So we played 32 league games, 6 left. I only counted today earlier. I counted 10 of those games where we played some really good football and we won in start. When we played really well, I only counted 10 games.
yeah, and the question is, are any of them against the top 6? Because in the previous seasons before, some of our good games were against the top 6, right?
Yeah,
And now when you look at it, we have not played. I don't think, like I don't even think that team from North London is considered a top 6 team right now.
no, they're
But
not, and we
usually,
played well against them twice. Yeah, exactly.
like, is that like because we
No,
played
you're
well
right.
against Leeds, right? Does that count? We have like a 9 goal difference in 2 games against Leeds or whatever it is. Does that mean we played well? No, because you look at where we are again. Like we didn't score against Liverpool.
Yeah,
Like Liverpool
twice.
is
Yeah,
giving up goals to everybody. We didn't
yeah,
score 1 goal against them. How is that?
exactly.
You know?
And that's the thing. And what I didn't like about that was the goalless draw, the home
Yeah.
draw. I mean, oh, that one. It was a case of, well, we they were. It's like, when you see in group chats where they were talking about, oh, Liverpool in the second half went with a low block, and I'm like, no, we went with the low block in the second half. That was fact.
Yeah. I tell you sometimes, oh, this should
And
be a goal. Oh, it gets cleared off the. Oh, that was some good defense. I don't expect Chelsea to have good defense, but they did. There's some good defense there.
Yeah.
So
I'll
Harlan,
tell you what,
yeah,
Cucurella for me is an improved left back.
mm. I don't like him because he
Loves
wears
his
blue.
cross goal.
So that's
Yeah. Oh my.
Mm, mm,
Oof.
uh,
That was just a cross goal.
oh, shot across the bow there for Cherokee
Yeah,
with a shot across the bow there. That city's getting close. It just seems like it's a
they
matter of
are.
time. They're getting close
Yeah.
here.
It's not long. It's not long now.
Yeah,
I can just feel that goal coming.
yeah. Like I said, that
Oh
Chelsea offsides come back to haunt them because that just gave City what they needed in regards to maybe
yeah,
they have a chance here.
that wasn't a penalty. Palmer and Doku. No, he slipped.
No, that's just too. That's coming together there. Come on, you see it all the
Yeah,
time.
exactly,
Uh, I mean, defender, I think gets
exactly.
there before you, anyways. Yeah, that defender gets there before you. You're trying to go through him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
there's some
don't think.
great defending
No,
there.
no. Yeah, no. The commentators want the penalty. They're basically like, "How has that been
Yeah,
checked that fast?"
of course they do.
Maybe
Of
the
course,
referee said, "Stop, and let's move on." The game,
yeah.
So
Just
sometimes
looked at the
I
sporting
just
game.
believe that. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So we just looked at the sporting game. We spent 90% of the game pounding the ball up the wings. Mane comes on, thinks screw it, cuts inside and makes a brilliant through ball to Havertz. Game over. And you know what? Did you see? Who? What you would know? It wasn't you? Was it Gary? No, I think it was Luke in the chat. He and big up Luke, by the way, my guy. And he put in it was a video that was on X, and Declan Rice is telling Martinelli to play the ball back. Martinelli has different ideas.
No.
Now,
I've seen that
what
video. And you know what? That's the same Declan Rice who's telling Martinelli to go back, which might be the safe play, right?
yeah,
Is also the same Declan Rice that didn't really listen to Erdogan when he took those free kicks against PSG. So,
well,
like
yeah,
eventually the stink of Arteta ball gets on you. You can't get it off. You know what
there
I
you
mean?
go. There you go.
You
Exactly
can't get
that.
it
And
off,
I didn't
man.
think Declan Rice was like that. Declan
Uh,
Rice has finally been
It's late in the
converted.
game. Yeah, say you do turn it over. That's your that is your winger turn it over. It shouldn't make as much of a difference. If it's your defender turning it over, I get it. But it's the fact that Rice is ahead of him says a lot, right? He
Yeah,
shouldn't he should be there receiving the ball and letting Martinelli run up the pitch, but he's ahead of him. So maybe I don't know football, but that's usually how I feel like the eights and the and the wings play together, right? Is there a goal coming?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
ball's
We
up
did
in the
say, didn't
air,
we?
an easy header. That was really easy. And guess who it is? The
O'Reilly.
same kid. O'Reilly's been
Yeah,
eating it up for the last like month of
he has
football.
done.
Yeah, that was
He has done.
it wasn't even fair because he's going against like a player who's like 5'6", it looks like, and that header is too easy. I mean, the goalkeeper,
Yeah,
uh, he's got two players to pick from, Harland or Nico Riley, and Nico Riley,
well on side.
yeah, yeah. So there you
Nico
go.
O'Reilly does it again.
Yeah. So I think it's who's he going against there? Yeah, he's got I mean it's a short player. I don't know who that is. Oh yeah, he just goes right by him. Yeah, that
See,
is
there you go.
yeah,
That's what.
Santos.
That's what that's
Yeah.
all about.
And that's Santos getting he just ripped off. He just said get off me and just goes right by him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That was very easy. Very easy. And that might be it for Chelsea's attempt to
Yeah.
get something out of this game. But yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. There you go. See, we cannot rely on teams, and you know what I mean. Arteta is the pettiness personified. Brings Ethan in on for debut because of a tweet, and then breaks day record with Dalman. He's a maniac. Yeah, he's a maniac. really is. And I remember when there was quite a few people who were defending that bringing one area, and I thought to myself, okay, I was happy that he did that, but then I thought, right, this kid looks good. Now, from time to time, play him, bring him on. He didn't, and for me, Arteta still doesn't trust the youth, in my opinion. Not entirely.
Not enough. Not enough. Not enough.
Stan cares about Champions League money. That's why he went to sack Arteta, while other members want him to be under review. And that's the thing, and this is the thing. And the Cronkies is about money. I've noticed with in America their teams because I know they care about their teams, don't they, Gary?
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
they've won championships in recent years.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
and
They have, and you would think that they would want the same for all of their teams, and it's like the only team that hasn't won for them, if I'm correct, is Arsenal, right?
yeah, yeah,
And then they've owned this team for what 10 years plus now, and they haven't
yeah,
they've come close in the last 3 years, and this year they should win it. But like I said, it's not necessary. It should be an easy decision what to do next.
yeah.
Regardless of the results. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
And the fact that, yeah, but I mean, I know we spent money this season, but I still feel under another manager, that another manager can
Oh,
get
this should
tune
be
out of
another
these
goal.
players.
Ooh, Semenyo can't curl it in. Oh,
Uh,
it got deflected away. So yeah, yeah, that was a really good play there by Semenyo, who Arsenal didn't feel like they needed.
City right now are playing the last few weeks. They've been playing better football than we have.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean Liverpool last week. Oh my god,
I mean, think
against an
about it. That
absolute.
happened. What was it last? Was it last year? City went on like that 13 game winless streak, and they still finished
Yeah,
third in the league or whatever it was. So
that's
you
right.
know,
Mm,
like their bad seasons are everybody's best seasons in the last 20 years. A lot of people's best seasons. So it's all relative, is what I say. If this is
yeah,
their worst season, they got a trophy. Then that says a lot about about them than it does about other teams. Not you know they just that's what their levels to this thing, as I like to say. Their level is so much higher than everybody else's. Right?
exactly. So they know when to turn it on. So that's a good excuse to be given another season at Liverpool. Well, Arteta has no excuses, and he spent over £1 billion since. Yeah, exactly. We've spent a lot of money. I know there's been fans who've been moaning and groaning, right, about Chelsea and City and the money they spent over the years and blah blah. And we've spent a lot of money over the years, but a lot of our fans tend to want to forget that.
Yeah, but
Most,
everybody has to spend, so it's not even really. It's not even that you're spending. Everybody has to spend to compete. That's the only way we are competing now is because we spend. If we didn't
yeah,
spend, we'd be worse, and then they'd be complaining that we don't spend. When we spend and we
yeah.
don't win, it's just not everybody wins, and we're still trying to catch up,
No,
right?
I
We're still
get
trying to
that.
catch up, right?
I
I
get
mean,
that. But I think with
City's
the
coming from a place of strength, right? Because they've spent ahead of
yeah,
us, and they've got. Oh, this should be a.
mm,
Oh, it gets cleared away. Uh, and all that they're, as they said, they're not necessarily rebuilding; they're retooling. You know what I mean? Like I don't think they're rebuilding, right? They're just retooling like they've been doing, like they do. Somebody gets old, they bring in somebody new, right? Not too many
yeah,
teams can do that. I mean, how many players? Like
exactly.
somebody said, how many players they brought in the last two windows? Over 500
Mm,
mil in the last two windows. Not many teams can
yeah,
spend that much money, right? So it's not the same playing. It's not the same playing field. We're on different levels here. We're playing at different. They got more cards than us, right? Their cards are stacked, right? Most
okay,
teams can't do what they're doing. Even Liverpool spends tons of money. You saw it. Oh, this should be a goal. There it is. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Gahey with the
No,
goal. Oh, yeah, there you go. So this game's pretty much over. City's, got into six with Arsenal based on where we are now,
yeah.
and Yeah, yeah.
We have to
I
actually.
can't see Chelsea getting back in this one.
Do you know what? We got to give it a go next week and show City what we are about. I
Yeah.
just don't find that. I don't think that'll be the case. But hey,
Mm,
oh wow, oh,
yeah. Yeah. Oh, they went it short on their corner, and somehow, guess what? The second touch is
unmarked as well.
boom. They don't come up and get
A
Gursky,
centre
and
half
then
took
oops, and
centre
then
half
leave.
took that like a number 9. He did.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gay got left alone inside the box. Nice little pass inside to him, and once again, what is his Gusto leaves him alone. That's a yeah. Gusto should if he doesn't leave
Yeah,
him alone, he doesn't get that run. But Gusto runs away from him, and Cucurella doesn't see it, and it's too late. Yeah,
Colo
yeah,
Torre,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Colo Torre, that legend on the bench, man.
I think it's
Wing bench
Gusto, or maybe
next
it's
to Guardiola.
yeah, 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 yeah. This match is probably over unless Chelsea's going to decide to play. Like they haven't really even been on the attack after about
No,
30 minutes of this match. So yeah, I don't see that happening. And they can't get it their own way. Yeah, they can't. They've got you got 7 players on that side of the pitch. Oh, no, that ball's going back to City, and yeah, yeah, yeah. Chelsea had a passage of play in the first 20, 30 minutes of the game, but not
they
not
did.
of late, not of late.
No,
Yeah. And somebody
yeah.
said
Let's get
the hate
through
watch
all this.
is finished. Yeah.
This is for me. It's not even a hate watch. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I just appreciate you coming on,
No,
G.
no
Really do.
problem.
You
Yeah.
know, City is now in this game. Yep. Just, let's roll
They're in
through
this game
these
and they
from
have
Arsenal
a 2-goal
Misfit.
lead now. So
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. When do we do that? 4-man press. We don't even do a half-man press. I mean, oh, my biggest beef with Timber. Yeah, he's always where Saka needs exactly where Saka needs to be. And Saka the goal scorer. Yeah, against the touchline. Timber should also be. Yeah, I've been saying this for how long? Ben White does it, but he should be outside running overlaps. He doesn't do it. You know, and I love Timber as as a defender. You know, as well. Does his job. It's like Bobby says, you want a right back to be a right back, you want a left back to be a left back. We've wasted golden opportunity last 4 years. Of course we have, but to some, this manager's good enough. You know what I mean? It's showing now that Arteta is not bigger than God. Big up the Alex. Arsenal True Galaxy podcast.
Hey Lolo.
Big up
Sorry,
Gary.
Lolo. Alonzo, welcome to the show. A lot of
Yes,
guys came
welcome
over to
indeed,
watch.
man.
Everybody wants to wants to chat, so that's cool. Yeah.
Nah, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all love here. Has your tap been overrated by your fans? Uh, has your tap been overrated by your fans? Yeah, I suppose the ones who generally love the manager more than life itself. Yes. For me, Saka's not the same player after I played Wintry. Yeah, he's not. He's not. But I said that, and Gary, I think you'll agree. I think Saka has he's got a. Actually, let me just read this first before I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Jesus appears at Christmas and disappears at Easter. No pun. And Roki, Trossard, Martinelli. They're not starters. But for me, Saka, future number 10, because I think he is. What do you think?
Well, if he's healthy, the problem is I don't think he's ever come back from, last season's injury, right?
He
I
hasn't.
mean,
He hasn't.
he doesn't have the same, abilities that he had then. He can control the ball, yes, but he's not getting by anybody with it. And I think that kind of hurts him a little bit. So, yeah, no, I don't think he's come back. He hasn't. I don't think he's been able to recover and fully. Right? It's almost like, the surgery that he had. They're going to rush him back. Like, not only does he get that surgery done and the injury and whatnot, but then they sign him to the new contract. And I'm like, if you're signing him for the next 5 years, make sure he can play the next 5 years. That
Yeah,
means that this
exactly.
season, guess what? Maybe he doesn't play
Yeah,
as much as you think. Maybe he does come off the bench. He doesn't have
Mm,
like you know what I mean. Like you don't put that much money into a player and then go, guess what? We're gonna have you play on a half a leg. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's what we did, and he'll
yeah.
never.
I hear that. You're
And he
right.
and now they got to the point where they have to let him recover. They
Mm,
have to.
mm,
Like, cause guess what's
yeah,
going to happen in a couple of months, right? He'll be out at in the World Cup most likely, and he'll never recover fully. Come back to Arsenal, and then they're going to try to rush him back in. And, we have the same issues again. Nick O'Reilly is actually on the ground, so that
mm,
would be bad for City if that's a hamstring. Maybe he just wants to rest, but yeah, somebody's saying
mm.
hammy, so he's basically been the lifeline for City in the last month. Like I said,
Yeah, he has been.
yeah. He
First
scored two
layout,
goals
so,
against. Right, he scored 2 goals. He scored 2 goals against Arsenal, and he's got the opening goal here today. So
mm,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They got Yaya Toure
But
in the stands. Remember him in the midfield, just
the,
dominating.
the man, did you know he failed at a trial at Arsenal?
He failed a trial at Arsenal.
He
What
did, yeah.
did they ask
It
him
was
to
around
do?
the time
Fly
when
or something?
I have no idea. It was he. I don't know what I don't know what that was, but he yeah, he was there. It was because Colo Torre was already there,
Mm,
and this and his younger brother was a very raw midfielder, and maybe
mm.
that's why Wenger probably said no. Little did he know a few years ago he was going to be one of the greatest midfielders.
Yeah.
Probably, I would probably say one of not just one of the greatest midfielders ever produced, but if you're talking Ivory Coast are producing wonderful players, but
Mm.
probably one of the greatest African midfielders I've ever seen.
Yeah. O'Reilly has
You
he's gotten they've just subbed him off and he's ran into the locker room. So you know, I mean, if it's a hammy, he's not going to be right in the next game, which will
mm,
be which I guess will be against Arsenal. So you know,
yeah,
does Arsenal take
yeah, I
advantage of that if
agree.
he is out of the game? We'll see.
Mm.
Yeah.
Everything
No,
Chris just said here, I agree with.
yeah. No, we don't. As somebody said, we don't have starters. We have a lot of squad players right now that are starting for
Yeah,
us,
we do.
right? Like
Yep.
we need you can't you can't look at the likes of Araya, Saliba, Gabriel, Rice, Zubamendi,
Mm.
Timber, and then go, yeah,
Yeah,
Trossard and
yeah,
and Martinelli are gonna work with this thing. You know what I mean? An off
exactly.
form Erdegaard is gonna work on this thing. You know. I just think you just the levels they don't match. So you've got really good players in the middle of your pitch, and then everybody else you're struggling to they're struggling to keep up. They can't keep up. When Saka's on his game, nobody's got him right. Everybody's comparing everybody to Saka, right? And they keep saying he's terrible, and then you look at the stats and you're like, but he's better than your player. Oh, but I like the way he
Yeah,
plays, but he does more things than your player does. Oh, but I like the way he plays. There's looks and then there's
mm,
actually what they deliver on the pitch. So yeah, no,
yeah,
we yeah we've got good quality players. They just not in all the spots right now. I think Gyökeres
yeah.
would
Agreed.
have had a better season if we had more creativity around him. I mean, they're asking him. He does everything Arteta wants as far as defensively, but ooh, nice goal stop there from the goalkeeper. But attacking wise, he needs some help. Harlan isn't scoring if nobody's passing him the ball, right?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
He's not going to take the ball like Henri up the pitch, right? He's not going to do it and then
Mm,
score. So oh, this should be a goal. Oh, Parma.
yeah,
Oh, it got yeah, Palmer. Oh, it gets deflected off by Gahey. He saves a goal there because
just need to
Palmer's chip put that on
fully
target.
sell that in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If I mean, it looked like Palmer just.
Palmer,
Oh, it does come off.
yeah,
It does come off Gahey. I mean, Donnarumma might get there, but it should be. I don't think he put anything on it. I think he just placed it. Tried to place it on that near post. Ball's in the air,
mm.
headed. Ooh, Donnarumma gets a punch on
Palmer's
it.
well out of play, man. What's wrong with you?
Mm, there you go. Palmer, what does he do? Oh, he forgets. Oh, Oh, he just kicks it out, as you said. Yeah, ran in the room. He did a Madueke.
This looks like Garnacho. Yeah,
Madueke and Martin Lilly. Nacho's coming on. Oh, all right. Yeah. I didn't think
and that
I
wasn't
thought
great
Marcellus
yesterday.
Kelly was okay. I
I
don't know
thought it
what
was
we're
okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know what we want from him. He's not going to be
Mhm.
Timber or he's not going to be Calafiori. So I don't know. We shouldn't expect that from him. He can play
Yeah.
the position, but is he going to be that level? No, I don't think because I
No.
don't think that's his position anyway. So
He's no
you know,
left back. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Agreed.
I mean, it's like
Definitely
Saka.
agreed.
Is Saka a better left back than he is a right winger? You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he could play
Saka
left
can
back,
even play on the left.
but he's a better
Oh,
he's a
bloody hell, that
better.
was too easy.
Oh,
That
did they
was
just score
too
10?
easy. Yeah, you'll
Mm.
see it in a few seconds.
Yes, Emmanuel's
Too
got the
easy.
ball, and oh no, the goalkeeper does he roll it to them or something? Oh, three
I
players
think,
squeeze on him. Oh boy, Doku. Oh boy, yeah, that was terrible.
I see
Yeah,
City for me right now are looking like champions.
yeah. Well, you know what? That 6 goal difference is down to 3 right now. So
We're not beating them next Sunday. I can say that now. We are
yeah.
not beating them next Sunday.
Not the way
The
we're
best
playing.
we can get is no.
Like our football has to
We're not
look
beating them.
different. No, no,
We're not
but think
beating
about it.
them.
The football has to look different for us to win. That's the thing. Yeah, the way
That's
we
not
are
going to
playing,
happen.
if we no no
Yeah.
exactly. But that's the only way that you're gonna
It's not
get a
going to
win
happen.
is if something changes. If we see the same
Oh,
football, then yes, it's not gonna work,
listen.
Arteta, because
Do you know what?
you're not getting a better
This
play.
fraud man, this forward of a manager, right? The only thing that's going to change is his clothes, right? Seriously, he
Mm.
ain't going to change anything else. You know what I mean? He may change. He may change his trainers if he's wearing Nikes. He'll be like, you know what? Today, I'm not going to change anything. So I'm going to change the way we play, and yeah, I think I'll wear Pumas instead. That's what's going to happen. This
Mhm.
guy, man, it's an absolute joke. These days, a lot of managers are obsessed with midfielders playing as inverted fullbacks. I don't get that. I really don't get.
You got
You know,
City fan there with a bottle of Arsenal water. Oh boy.
big up Flybury. Haven't seen you in a while, man. Hope you're good.
Here's something. So here we go. Is Arteta allowed on the bus? Is Arteta allowed on the bus?
Well, if Rosa Parks was still alive, I'd let her on the bus. I wouldn't let him on the bus. That's for sure. Stop that, man. You know what I
Oh
mean?
man, this is yeah. Uh,
What's the name, what's the name of the other
only reason
channel?
why I'm smiling because I'll cry. You know what I mean? It's one of those
Hmm.
things because you
Name of the
watch
other channel must be referring to you,
uh,
your channel.
oh DWTT. Just type DWTT Arsenal and I pop up. I have put the link in the chat. If you haven't seen it, it's in there. But type in
Big up to you,
DWTT
Flybury.
Arsenal and I'll show up. I should be the first one that shows up. Thanks for that library. Yeah,
Yeah, Gary, you were saying, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
When
This
you're not want anything with the squad, of course, the media pressure and noise will get bigger and louder every season, rightly so. Chris, man, Chris, all you do whenever you come on here, you always speak in facts, my guy.
yeah.
Yes, City now. This is what they do. City, they, even if they're playing well or not playing well, they get the results
Hmm,
at this time of the season.
yeah.
They smell blood, and I think after yesterday, they were so up for it.
And you know what? This is if you remember. You remember was it? Okay, I always go back to it. The run up, and I say this. People who follow me will know this. The run up to the City match late in the season. Arteta probably has it on his calendar. It scares
Yeah,
him because how many times the run up to the City match do we have basically sometimes our worst run of form, right? It's usually the City to end it. We had there was a point where, if I recall, we had 10 games to go before we played City, and we dropped points. I think the first thing we did is we dropped points to Everton, who had a new manager bounce, right? two, three
Yeah.
seasons ago, and then we went
Yep.
proceeded to like basically just get run down by City, and then we got blown away by City, and then there's another time, three draws in a row. We had a lead on Liverpool. They came back and drew on us. Uh, We drew three games in a row. Go to City, get blown away.
Mhm.
Once again, City's on the horizon. Right, you got a final against them, drop points.
Yep.
Southampton,
Yep.
drop point, lost to loss.
Yep. Yep.
Sporting. We actually did something different this time. We actually won the Champions League game during the run. If we were to
Yeah.
win it on Wednesday, that would be totally different than what we've done the last couple of seasons with the run up.
Mm.
Yeah, and so we'll see. Another City players on the ground. That might be Rodri. Ooh, yeah, that's Rodri on the ground. Ooh, so you got Rodri on the ground. They've got O'Reilly. He's just come off this. This is this the football gods giving us a lifeline? I don't know. Because will Arteta actually take advice from this? I can see Arteta coming
No.
out and playing City like they've got Rodri, and Rodri's coming out of the game right now, and Riley's coming off with a hammy. He might be fine. He looks like he's got a leg problem as well. He's reaching to the back of his leg. You know, so we'll see how this plays out. But yeah, I mean, not that I want injuries or anything like that, but you know, as anything, teams should take advantage when they have a chance. So, we'll see.
Arteta and lifelines. If he wants to take lifelines, he should go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. This guy, he just can't do it, man. Seriously, you know.
I don't know if you ever saw the one guy who called on the lifeline, and he called his dad, and he said, "Dad, I'm just calling in
Mhm.
to let you know I'm winning a million." He said, "I don't need you to answer I don't need your help. I just want to let you know I'm going to win it." And then he gave the question, "Won his million," and then he
And he
walked
won
off.
it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
So
You're talking about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You're
yeah,
talking about your version.
yeah, the
It's
version over in the
obviously
states. Yeah,
not our version. Oh wow,
yeah. He
that's
called. He
something.
called to say I'm about to win this thing.
I'm gonna check that on YouTube. I'll check
Yeah.
it out on YouTube soon. That'd be
See,
interesting
he
to
said, "See,
see.
look, Miles Skelly is our Kobe Manu, but we don't want to play ours, right?
Hmm.
Krupi yesterday, 19, right? Starting against us, right?
Yeah,
Arsenal's looking at their 18, 19-year-olds and going, I can't play them. But teams are beating you with
exactly.
their 18, 19-year-olds. So obviously,
Yeah,
you're doing something wrong,
yeah,
you know?
exactly,
Yeah. It's,
exactly.
yeah,
That's,
yeah.
that's what he does. But MLS like Kobe Manu, manager is killing them. Just gonna scroll through these chats. We are a little
Mhm.
behind at the moment. If a moment it is bottling from Arsenal, you had opportunity to be 10 plus points clear. Yeah, we did. It's against yourselves, Forest, in January, and now Bournemouth yesterday. Yeah. So there's many more games. The Wolves game. It's Chelsea at Stamford Bridge didn't capitalise on their 10 men, and fans thought it was all right. I actually do believe you win the Carabao Cup, you win games with Southampton. Yeah, yeah, but players didn't turn up that day, and manager looked scared on the touchline. The fact that we needed own goals to beat one of the worst teams in league history tells you everything you need to know about our football. Wolves should have won that game 2-0. Yeah,
I think that game was the football gods coming back at their player, whoever the player that scored the own goal, because if you remember
yeah,
the season before, he's the one that put his arm on Havertz's neck and then pushed himself
that's
off.
right.
If you remember, so sometimes
Yeah,
the football gods work in our favor. Okay,
they do.
so
They do. Yeah, they do, man. You know what I mean? There's always that little bit of karma, but we seem to get hit with it a lot. Arteta seems to get hit with karma a lot.
Mm.
It's like he just won't learn. You know what I mean? Once City were out of title race last season, December, I think we were beating you lot to the league. Yeah, because you're not having winners in your squad. Yeah, exactly. The amount of excuses I used to hear last season for the silly draws and defeats we had, and I heard someone say last year when we lost. Fair enough, it was Bournemouth. We lost 2-1 Bournemouth. I never saw the game because I was away.
Yeah,
And
that's the one. That's the
uh,
one with the red card right early in the game. After Martinelli misses, he hits the crossbar, I think, or hits the post, and then they come
is
down
that the
and
one?
Saliba. I thought that was the 2-0 game that we lost to Bournemouth.
Oh no, not that one. The one that we lost at home to them. That
Oh,
was the
okay.
2-0 away game. But
Oh,
the one
okay.
we lost at home last season, Declan Rice scored. And
Oh, okay.
then and I know that we conceded 2 goals. And then someone in one of these chats, I can't remember who it was, but someone then said about when someone was having a moan about the game and about the loss. And because we had who was it? We had Paris Saint Germain coming up. I think it was in the second leg. And and then someone said, "Yeah, but we scored." But when someone said, "No, but we've lost the game," so we more or less given Liverpool the title. And then someone said, "Yeah, but we scored." I mean, what's that got to do with anything? Yeah, we
Yeah.
scored, but we haven't got the 3 points, have we? We haven't even got a point.
Mm.
And for me, it's all. And for me, that's just about defending the manager. I'm sorry, but he doesn't have a detail like Trump has his detail with the Secret Service. It don't work that way here. I'm sorry, it don't. Unless unless the Secret Service comes from Wood Green, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Yeah, the only question was, do you know the name of the other guy's channel?
Yeah. I think I've given it. Oh, if they're still around.
Yeah, giving it. Oh yeah, yeah, because here you go. We're
Mm.
just getting through now. Big up Quadra. Big up to Quadra.
Roger, welcome to the show. Yeah.
But see, yeah, man. And please, like, share, subscribe to this guy, man. What I mean? Hope to be on the stream with him one day. But yeah, big gooner, man. Big gooner. Got a lot of time for this guy. Big up Brenny and Gary in the panel chat. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to you, sir. Yeah, as you can see, you seeing the league champions elect here on this form, aren't we? Yeah, unless something drastically changes next Sunday, but I cannot see
Yeah.
it.
I think
Should
Sanchez
Sanchez
had
stay
to
back?
decide.
I think so.
I think Sanchez had to decide between he's got Harlan on the left and he's got O'Reilly on the right. Which one he's
Yeah,
stuck in two worlds, and he froze. And he didn't expect his defenders to just basically roll over, and that's what happened. Like the same way that team rolled over for City years ago, Chelsea just did that today. O'Reilly, you want the space? You got the space. Taib, welcome to the show.
big up, Wade. Big up, man. Big up.
Yeah.
Always welcome here. Good to see you, brother. Hear from me, I should say. 6 points down as it stands. Yeah, Quadra. Well, you know what? It's gonna be an interesting watch. I'm working tomorrow, so I'll only probably I'll be in and out, flitting in and out of change chat and views as well. So yeah, but if you don't see me in the chats, it's because I'm working hard, my friend. I'll tell you, he is costing us, and he's got to go. Do you know what? I would take him now. Sorry, take him now. I'll take an interim now, Quadra. I'd seriously take an interim right
Mm.
now. Someone with experience, and just get us over the line. You know what? I'd even though he's going to take the France job, I'll take Zinedine Zidane right now, just helping us get over the line in the Champions League and the league title and the Premier League. So I would take a Zidane, knowing fully well he's going to take that France job. You know what I mean? After Didier Deschamps steps down, I would take him. You know how much of a lift that would be to the players to have a former world class legend in Zinedine Zidane, and for someone who's also he's also won the Champions League. He's also won Tottenham. I don't, and I hate this. Yeah, but he did it with Real Madrid. Yeah, but you still have to work for it. It doesn't look at what's happening in Real Madrid now. They're not going to win the Champions League this season, and they're still the biggest club in the world. All these excuses not to get serial winners in at our club. It's just crazy in my opinion. You know what I mean, would you take Zidane as an interim, Gary, if it came to that?
See, my thing is, yes, if the team thought they could get something out of it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So I'd do anything to get the win. Like if they thought, guess what? We don't need you, like you said, we don't need you for after the World Cup, but we need you right now. If they thought they
yeah,
could get ahead with that, I say do it because I'm all about like just do it. It's for the team, right? So,
yeah,
like I say, if they don't feel like Arteta's going to get him there, that's not going to change if he wins. Because right
yeah,
now it doesn't.
exactly.
It's not right now. It actually it's in City's control as much as it is in ours. And before it was always in ours, right?
Yeah,
We've given up with this loss. I mean, not that there were other losses and drop points that had contributed to this, but this last one, right? The last one. This is the last one right now that gave us the opportunity to control our fate. Right now,
yeah.
City has a 50-50 chance of winning it
Ooh,
just like we do. Is it scored? Is it
Cucurella.
scored? No.
Cucurella. Nah, Cucurella's unlucky. You'll see it in a sec.
Yeah, no, I just saw it. Donnarumma gets a hand on it.
Chelsea
It's
had some
crazy, right?
chances today, though.
Yeah. They've had chances, and Cucurella's, you know, yeah. I mean, good reaction from the goalkeeper. He doesn't know where he's going with it. I mean, he puts that near post, he scores, but it's a big guy. He's got to get around. So, yeah.
Chris, I agree with that statement.
Yeah.
If we don't win this league,
No, this one is
I
this
think we
one
will
is
go.
actually this one is definitely worse in the sense that that one
Yeah,
would have been a surprise. That one would have been almost Leicester like, right? Leicester City like. This one,
mm,
you you have no. There's no reason why you shouldn't win it at this. At the point of the season that we've had, and that's and this is where like if you're looking at it from a management's perspective, and a January window opens up, what do we need? Are we going to be able
yeah,
to win a big trophy this year? We've gone what near undefeated in the championship. I think in the Champions League at that point. You're
yep,
sitting towards the top of the table. You're sitting at the top of the table. I think at that point, can we take in a player and help us get there? And Arsenal
yeah,
basically said no. No, we got everything we need. And like always, we lose a player soon after. Be it this case by loan and now by injuries. Right? We haven't had Habits back all season. He's not been 100% back. Been in and out of the lineup. Right? Erdegaard in and out of the lineup. But we didn't think
yeah,
we needed any help. That's the problem, right? And that's is that Arteta saying no, 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 we don't need it, or is that Berta? How much control does Berta actually have? And that's the
mm,
problem, right? So, you know,
yeah.
I kind of feel like if
No,
if
facts,
Berta's in
man.
control, he wouldn't be and Donnarumma gets there. Wow, he went through all those legs and he gets there. Uh,
Donnarumma's been a signing, hasn't he? Really?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's really been a
Donnarumma, you got Shersky, you got Semenyo,
yeah.
you got Ehi. They've all contributed today to this thing called a win. And
You know what I
Arsenal,
mean?
Arsenal could have dealt with a Gahey, could have done with a Semenyo.
Mm.
Didn't really need a
Yeah.
Donnarumma, but you know,
But so
mm,
yeah, I've seen glimpses on Marmoush this season, even though I think he's injured, isn't he? So,
mm,
but I find next season you'll see more of him. City are building, and to be honest, I don't see if Pep leaves, I think he's left City in good hands, in my
yep,
opinion.
yep.
With a few more additions, he's definitely left them, But I just felt that this City side, for me, is not like the City sides of before,
No. They,
and
they, they don't have this. They don't
that's
have.
why I
They
felt
don't
they're
have
there for
that
the
many.
taking.
Yeah, they don't have that many top world class players like they've had, but they've got the depth. They've got really good players, right? I mean, they do have world class players, but they don't have as many as they had before, right?
Yeah,
Right. I mean, they didn't have KDB level players. They didn't have the healthy Rodri player, but they have really good players, which is just that's what they needed, right? Haaland hasn't scored. He scored maybe one or two goals this calendar year. It hasn't mattered.
yeah.
It
No, it
hasn't mattered.
hasn't.
I mean, if
Not at
our
all.
striker doesn't score for what 4 months, basically, we're in trouble. I mean, Yorkers has had one of the best runs this season. Sorry, this year, calendar year for a striker. Right? I think he's number two in England in terms of goal
Mm.
contributions. So yeah, and it might not be enough. Yeah, no, City is definitely on a run.
They
But
are.
like I
They
tell
are
you,
big.
you know, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
Noel
You guys,
Gallagher look like he's left the ground now.
yeah,
He's
he's seen
probably
enough.
thinking, "Yep, it's he." No, he's probably thinking, "Well, it's yeah, his boys are 3-0 up, so it's all good."
Yeah, yeah.
You know, Top Gooner's doing a hate watch now. Yeah, Top Gooner is always they always do their hate watches. No hate watches here at all. It's just I'm just here with my guy Gary. We're just what dissecting yesterday, as you know, and just watching the game of football and appreciate all your comments here in the chat, every single one of you. And yeah, but they're the ones. It's all the hate watches would be your big ones, isn't it? It'd be your Egals, it'd be your FTVs, it'd be your positive Dans. You know, I don't know what Harry Simi or Tom Cantor are doing. I don't think they do hate watches, but then again, they probably would call it a hate watch. You know, Babs, all them lot. You know, it's just silly. Like I said, with those lot, they can love Arteta all they want, but you can use constructive criticism, regardless whether you love the manager or players or whoever. You can do that. You know what I mean? We're going to Etihad next week. We need to step up. I don't know if we're going, man. I really don't know. Really don't know. It's
Like I said, it's not.
I'm worried. I'm generally worried. I'm concerned.
Yeah. Like I said,
I
it's
think,
not. I mean, we have to do. Arteta has to do something different than what he's been doing, and the problem has always been he won't. He won't do anything different. So then you can't expect anything different. You got Geeks.
yeah.
I believe.
Big up
Now, is
geeks,
that
man.
Geeks? Is that what? Is that Nick? I want to make sure I get the name.
It
You know,
is. It
today.
is thick.
Nick.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm bad with names, so yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Thanks for
Yeah. I
thanks for
say
joining.
if anyone, and you know what, it's in. If you look in the chat as well, if anyone wants to come in anytime they want, a few minutes, they're more than welcome to. You know what I mean? More than welcome to come on and be a part of this journey, because everyone's always talking about the journey, the journey, the journey, the journey, and I said the journey started in December 1886, I believe.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, that's when the journey started. Big up to you, geeks, my brother. We got one league game in April under Lego Head. Yeah, I know. And in April, our results always seem to go sideways, like the team does. Rosie, Gary out.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
joining, Rosine. Yeah, she loves me. Yeah. Oh man.
is that
Yeah. No.
is that the same Rosie, the absolute legend that I've always said good evening to
Yeah.
in
Well, in my
in
chat,
your
yes.
show streams? Yeah, oh, big up Rosie. Rosie, that was not nice. How are you go? I'm
I
here
try
to
to tell
someone
her.
asked right here. Oh, big up, man. Aussie Ange, big up, big up. Afternoon panel, Christian on that. Oh, another one. Christian on that TV is current predicting 4-0 to Arsenal next week. Well, he's got to say that, hasn't he? If he says 4-0 to City, would AFTV pay him? I don't think so. You know what I mean? Probably think, well, no, I've got to say 4-0, otherwise I can't pay for the water bill. Big up, Bronco. Yeah, man. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Hello, Spencer. Thanks for joining. Spencer's from my channel that you watch us on midweek or Tuesdays.
Do you know what? This is
You-
the big up to you, man. This is the first time I've ever heard this. It's just the world famous Brenny. Wow. I appreciate that. I really do, really do. I'll be world famous if I get loads, if I get thousands of subscribers, man. But no, I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm just as real as I can be. You know what I mean? And it's just me. I'll always be here and always support other channels. And big up to you, man. Big up to you. Good to hear,
Yep.
Steve. You're all good. Painting in the garden. Yeah, I mean that's when you don't need to. It's Brenny in. Oh, thank you, Rosie.
Yeah, see, I don't get
Brenny
that.
in,
Well,
carry out.
you get the love. I'm sitting here like, what's going on? So
Oh my
yeah,
god. Oh, that's funny. Smash the likes and subscribe, bringing panel people. Quadra, big up, big up. Appreciate that, man. Only got 6 likes so far. Keep smashing them likes, everyone. Please do. Please smash those likes. Oh, Caicedo. Wow. Tell you what, I I think didn't he? I'm sure he went off. Or was he
yeah,
still
he's
on the
gone off
pitch?
as a sub, but I think that's earlier in the game. But
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I like I said, I think when we're asking anybody to do us a favor, that's not going to happen. So yeah,
Mm.
you know,
A
so
Manchester City fan drinking a bottle with Arsenal on it. And his fan base deserves it. Yeah. Well, I can tell you, I know. I can already see what's going to happen once Arteta does leave the club. There's going to be a
mm,
lot of fans that are going to be very bitter, and for me, they will just come up other fans
mm,
and that wanted him out. They'll come from me. I don't care. And at the end of the day, so I just hope everyone supports the manager. You see, all of us that are there's a lot of us that are Arteta out because I have been, as you know, Gary, for many many years, and all we ever wanted was just for this manager to prove us wrong, win games of football, get us over the line in all competitions. Just give it a go. I'm not saying we're going to win all competitions, but just challenge, give it a go. The
hmm
Southampton game was unacceptable, and people were still defending it. That cup defeat against City, people were still defending it, defending the manager, and making out like it was nothing. It's like you must have heard me in the group chat earlier on. When I was talking about when you talk about former players like you've got Ian Wright and Martin Keown, and they're like, well, I didn't hear what Keown said, but I know Ian Wright dismissed the Carabao Cup. And I've said it how many times in the last couple of weeks. If you're going to dismiss the Carabao Cup and think that's okay, Duzan, it's nothing. Give away, if you still got your medal, Ian Wright, out there, if you still got your medal and it's still out there, or you still have it, or whoever has it, just get rid of that medal, get rid of it, because it meant a lot to you. It meant a lot to us fans who were there cheering you on, cheering the rest of the team on, winning that League Cup in 1993. I wasn't at Wembley. I was there in the semi-final though, semi-final that season, supporting you boys, getting to that final against Crystal Palace. I couldn't get tickets for the final. We were so happy when you lifted that. That was like your first major honour. I know you don't count the CMOD Cup, and I get it. And then winning the FA Cup a month later. So I hope you haven't got that same attitude you had last week for
no, yeah,
defeat.
I don't like DWTT, and I say it all the time. Don't waste a trip. If you're gonna play a game, then you should be trying to win it, right? If you're
Yeah,
gonna be in a tournament, you should be trying to win it, right? I think it's real simple, and if you're like we don't need that. Some people say the bigger fish to fry or all this kind of stuff, and I'm like,
I hate all
you
that.
know what?
Yeah,
You can't build a history of winning if you're okay settling, not giving it your all every time you play. It doesn't like the thing that I didn't like is Arteta would sub and then ask the subs to do what his starters were doing, as opposed to just adjust the play a little bit to get something to benefit the players. To put players in a position to succeed. Right? He won't do that.
yeah.
He's got to play his way, no matter if it's Saliba and Gabriel or if it's somebody else. And it's like, nah, You should adjust. Teams that do that when a player gets injured, they don't keep playing the same way. City didn't play the same way with Rodri's out with an injury. They adjusted. That's what you do.
Of course they did.
That's kind of what
You have
that's
to
what
do.
managing football and coaching football is all about. Adjusting to the situation at
100%.
hand.
100%. Yeah, we're losing that game. 100%. You know,
Yeah.
you got to adapt. You got to change. You got just tweak things slightly.
Mm.
He will set up a draw against us next week, but if we
Yeah.
draw, I'll be happy with that point, considering the way we're playing.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't. If we're depending on who's in the game, I just don't. We can't like sit back and we can't absorb what City brings
No,
in pressure.
you
We
can't.
can't.
You're right.
A lot of the you see a lot of the teams lower in the table can absorb all that City offers in terms of pressure. We don't do well with that. So I think we're gonna play our game.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, play our game, and you know what? And then because our game is to put a little bit of pressure on them, let them turn the ball over to us, as opposed to letting them just come. Us sitting in a low block and trying to take all the pressure, and then making a little mistake here and there. And that's what we do. So I kind of feel like,
yeah,
nah, Arteta, you know, we'll see who he has to play, but he can't just sit back and give them what they want. At some point, you have to, if you're gonna have Saliba and Gabriel and Raya and Rice in the game, that's your spine right there for me, right?
yeah.
That's the top spine in the world of football right now.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
totally agree. And yeah, and with this as well, if you can't have Zidane, take the chance.
yeah.
It's full time and it's Chelsea nil, City three, and credit to Chelsea, but City playing like um, playing like a team that desperately wants to get the title back.
Mm.
So right now they're looking very, very good. Not a good result for Arsenal. But the result for us is we're 4 points clear of Chelsea, above Chelsea. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
hurts
I'll take
Chelsea's.
Zidane.
Chelsea trying to get into the front, the top five. So yeah, yeah. This is one reason why
Well,
I thought they might come out to play. Like they can't afford not to play in Champions League. So
yeah,
we'll
exactly.
see how that
Bronco's
plays
right. I
out for them.
mean, yeah, he is right. Though. Does Zidane want Arsenal? I know he doesn't. I know he doesn't. I mean, I don't think he ever did. Yeah, I don't think he ever wanted to come to England. To be
Yeah, my
honest.
understanding is that he doesn't speak the language as well, so he'd rather not have to do that, especially
Yeah,
now in this time in his period of his life. So you know, yeah. And do we offer what he gets from? He's not gonna. Does he offer what they offer? Yeah, nah. Well, I'm not. I'm always behind on the channels that I do watch along. So this is no different. And actually, Brenny actually tried to help me out and slow and then pause his
yeah,
stream. So
exactly. Yeah, look at that. Jeez, they got a goal difference of plus 35 compared to our plus 38.
yeah, so
Yeah,
we're three ahead of them. We play them.
jeez.
Depending on how that game plays out. Depending on how that game plays out, they could cut into that.
Yeah,
Cut into that goal difference if we don't do the business. We should do the business. You know what I mean? We need to somehow. Like this is one of those by all means necessary, right?
yep.
Well, Arteta,
I mean,
he the yeah.
I'm just looking back at this. Yeah, he's not serious, is he? This Christian. So, I
Uh,
mean, would he go? Would he go on Sky? Because I know he's always on Sky Sports News here. They always seem to want to get these the Arsenal fans that are just suck ups. And
mm,
you know what? And if I was gonna nominate an Arsenal fan to go on Sky Sports News because that Arsenal fan knows a lot and his knowledge is incredible in how he reads the game and everything else, I would go for Kenny Ken.
Mm.
if I can nominate someone to go on Sky Sports News in the morning to dissect a game, whatever, Kenny Kenner be the one, not Christian Ty. It's crazy. And you know what? Would he go out if he said that tomorrow? He'd have the likes of who is it? It's Charlie Austin, played for QPR, played for a few other clubs, who's on there, or Jay Boothroyd, who's a former Arsenal academy player. They'd laugh at him. Oh, and Tim Sherwood. Tim Sherwood, I think Tim Sherwood's laughed at him a few times. You know, as if to say, who is this guy? You know what I mean? That's going to be something because that
Yeah,
won't
no,
happen.
you know, there's a lot of Arsenal podcasts that I could see being on there. That would be it'd be okay. I could listen to them
Yeah,
because you've got. I think the Luda Gunner could go out there and show good for Arsenal
yeah, I
and
like him. I like him.
so
Yeah, I really
there's
like
a
him.
decent amount of fans out there that could do a job. So yeah,
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 it's going to
yeah.
be Maresca or company and Pep placement by the looks of it, similar to when Klopp gave his approval slot. I think Pep will do the same one of them. It'd probably be company, I reckon. What would you reckon from that? You reckon it'd be company over Maresca if that was to happen?
I mean, if they want to, there's levels, right? So if you're gonna get somebody
Yeah,
at the who's on their game and at a high level, you want to go get company. I think it might be hard for him to leave, especially if they go and do the double, triple, whatever they're going to do this season, right? I don't know if they've won any trophies as of yet, but they're most likely going to win the league, and they're the favorite to win the Champions League, right? In a lot of people's eyes.
yeah,
So will he want to leave that? You know,
yeah.
will he want to leave that
True.
right after win it? Like, did Pep leave? Did Pep leave Bayern Munich? Right after he won a trophy with them. You know.
Yeah, because he can never win a Champions League with them. It's
Oh,
the only
so that's what I'm saying.
team
So
he
if you
never won
win
a
it, if
Champions
you
League with,
win
isn't
it,
it?
yes, if you win it with Bayern Munich, then does it like what? Where are you taking? You're not really taking a step that big of a step up, right?
Yeah,
Because Bayern Munich is at a similar level as a city is based on where they are now. So does he have to leave to you know? It's nice to come home, but does he have to leave? At that point in his career, it'll be a tough decision to make. All right,
oh,
really, really tough
100% it would
decision to
be.
make.
Yeah, wouldn't the Arteta has a banter era phase for good 6 years? Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't think the money spent this season. I don't think it will be wasted. I don't think it'll be wasted next season if we can replace players and get a new manager in that can actually, do the job.
We've got. I mean, I mean, outside of some of the players on high salaries, I think we've got what we need. We just need to be better coached, you know,
Yeah,
or managed differently, and we're not doing that. So it's a struggle. It's a struggle.
exactly. They can all hold that. Yeah, 100% they can, Quadra.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Quadra. I just seen what you put in. I agree with everything you've said.
Mhm.
I think Rose and Gary having a secret YouTube
No, no,
affair.
don't, no, no, don't,
Oh
no.
dear. Why would you
No,
say that,
no,
huh?
I like Rosie, but I'm happily married. Leave me then. Don't start that.
Exactly. Exactly. Big up,
Oh look!
Spencer.
What's going
Oh
on?
look!
How are you?
I'm
What are
alright.
you doing here? Stop following me around.
I wanted to come hang out with Gary and Reed for 10 minutes. Figured I'd come hang out for a little bit.
Cool. I
Spencer,
appreciate
welcome,
you.
man. Welcome
Yeah.
indeed. Welcome indeed. How's it going? Was he just watching the game?
So I had this weird thing where I was watching the Talk Sport stream of it. I didn't want to turn it on, and then halftime I went to go work out, and then I found y'all stream, and then I saw it was 1-0, and I was like, all right, I might as well watch it on the phone. So I did a little workout. I was cycling about 10 miles, and of course it didn't go the way. I mean, optimism. Right now we have to worry about them tripping up, right? And that's what I hate about this. Me and Gary talked about it yesterday. Everything was in our control. Handle your own business. And now we're relying on hate watching City, which I mean, it is what it is. But
This is the thing, and yeah.
Yeah,
Get
I
it?
mean, yeah, I really didn't think there'd be the only games I feel like City are going to have massive issues with are like Bournemouth away, Everton. Like I didn't think today that they were really going to struggle with Chelsea, especially with Enzo not being there. So, but I'd said this. I think I said it in one of the comments. I had no idea when me and Gary we were talking about this for the League Cup final. Whoever won that League Cup final was going to push on, and that was such a massive momentum loss for us losing that cup final. It's
Yeah.
huge. So
It was, and that's the thing, isn't it? Because they always make or break a season a big game like that,
yeah,
and I think if we had won that, I do believe that our results would be different because the players have now got that mentality that for some of them, they've got that first medal,
yeah.
and they can kick on hopefully to win the league. And but you know what? I mean, I've asked. I mean, Gary and I we spoke about this, but I feel that we can still. Earlier on, I said I thought we could win the league because I thought maybe City will drop more points than us. But after seeing that game today, just now, I'm thinking City just look like they're going to win every game again, regardless whether they play well or not. I mean, what's your take on that? Do you think, and do you think we can get a result next week?
It's going to be tough. I mean, God, me and Gary said this all the time. Like, you kind of have to look for the next game, right? One game at a time. So I'm actually really thinking about the sporting game, but we're fans. We don't have to play, right? So I can think about the City game and what's going on next. I think they
Yeah,
can, but man, you're going to have to play better than what you saw yesterday. For you, and again, like me and Gary and Sam were texting about it this morning. Is like, bro, you're either coaching it or allowing it to happen. So I'm at a point now where like I'm blaming the players, I'm blaming Arteta, I'm blaming the club. And if I see the same performance I saw yesterday on this Saturday Sunday coming up, they're gonna get pumped, man. I mean
yeah,
that's real talk. I mean they'll probably get through Sporting this week, and we'll end up in the semifinal of the Champions League, which is another question, another story. But man, if they play the way they did yesterday with that lack of conviction, the laugh. I mean, again, and we can Arteta this, Arteta that. I just want what's best for Arsenal. If that means Arteta, leaves at the end of the season, then so be it. That's how I feel about it. But these players
yeah,
got to take some ownership of this too. And if the manager sees it continually to be fail and he's allowing it to happen, man, then it becomes this like, okay, has he lost the dressing room? Because that becomes the
yeah.
next discussion. And I don't know, man. I think you can
Mm.
get a result, but man, you're gonna have to give me more than what you did yesterday, 100%.
I agree, and that's the thing. I mean, I I have concerns that he may have lost some in the dressing room. Not all, but some of the players didn't look like they were playing for him yesterday, playing for themselves, playing for the fans. I listen. I'm Arteta out. I've been for a long time, but that's unacceptable.
Agreed.
You don't do that on the pitch. You don't do that. I don't care who's in charge.
Mhm.
You play for the manager regardless of what he sets up. I find at times if you feel that something's not working, then maybe you can try something else. We've seen it a few times over the years, haven't we? It's like Gary talked about it earlier on with Declan Rice with the free kicks against Real Madrid last season,
Yeah.
and it was a case of I think it was the manager, and I'm sure Odegaard wanted the ball to go into the box, but what he did, I was glad with what he did in the end. It's things like that where you think something's not working, just try something yourself.
Yeah.
I think regardless of what the management, what the manager says, what the coaches think, because if you've won a game, if you've done something spectacular, can you imagine it? You're getting off the pitch, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden it's like, I didn't want it. Oh, I didn't want it to do what you did, and you'd be thinking, yeah, all right, so what? I did it.
And to be fair, like I don't think the manager would feel that way too. And it's also perspective, right? You're on the pitch, you see things differently than the manager does. He's on the pitch level too, but it's also like I've got to feel like especially if you got like, do you remember in the sporting game midweek when Dowman came on and he was running at
Yeah,
that left back? Man, you got to keep doing
mm,
that because that guy's got and now 9 fouls. How he didn't get a booking
of
is
course.
good for him. But but at the same time, it's like you've got to
Mm,
when you see something, you've got to attack it. And this inverted left back thing, I think they need to get rid of that. Go back playing normal
oh,
fullbacks, overlapping.
I
Um,
agree.
I really never been a massive fan of it. I understand the mindset behind it, but I don't like it. Like there's games for it, but there's times where you're like, okay, you've done that too much. Everybody knows you're going to do that, and they're going to exploit you on the counter. So then my question all becomes from a tactical perspective, because we're running this inverted fullback. Are you having to be extra careful when you're making passes? Odegaard, Rice, Zubamendi have to make these extra safe passes. I mean, that's something else that burnt me up yesterday, Brenny. Like, I was watching, there was a moment, and maybe you listen to some people's analysis, and I don't really watch everybody's stuff, but one thing that was brought up really good was talking about David Raya and how like Rice and Zubamendi didn't want to take that ball. They just gave it back to Raya and make him make the decision. Like, we got to be better than that. Like today, because the goal that Concedo had, where the three players turned in on him, if you go back and look at it, he had an outlet, but he didn't do anything with it. So, like, are you afraid to have that happen? Because if you're afraid to have that happen, then, like, there's a question about whether you're good enough to even be on this team to win a title. So, it's such a mixed bag right now, if I'm honest. Like, I want Arteta to succeed. I want Arsenal to succeed. But if he can't do it, and if we're sitting here, I don't know, June, and we've got nothing to show for it, he's got to go, man. He's got to go. And that's 4 straight titles. In April, you're losing in April too. This is the thing that I also think about. You're losing in April, which Gary talk about all the time, over management, using too many minutes of Rice, too many minutes of Zubamendi. I mean, we had a big game yesterday, Brenny, and Saka and Odegaard were not there. Now, that's not their fault. Again, like, injuries happen, but we need them to, and they're not there. And is that the manager? Whose fault is it, right? But it doesn't matter because they're not there. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, you know what? I hear you, man. You've been so factual. You've been real about it as well, and big up to you. And big up to Luke Watts in the chat as well, and Phonix as well. Big up to you, sir. You know what I mean? Hope you all are good. And I know you would have just seen a City. It was a City masterclass. To go to Stamford Bridge and do what they did. It's got even got me thinking now, like, we should just gone and got the 3 points at Stamford Bridge when they went down to 10 men. And it's these games where the draws that you think, and you look back and you think, even though the title's not lost, the title's not won yet, but you just look at some of the games we've had this season, you think, oh my god, why we drop points at Wolves? Why we drop points, against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge with 10 men and things like that, and then some home games, and you look at some of the home games we've had, and look at like yesterday, and you think, oh come on, and Bournemouth, wow, Bournemouth was like they haven't lost a game in the league this year. We were the last team to beat them, and the application, the attitude they showed yesterday, I would clap them if they end up remaining unbeaten for the rest of the season. They're a very good outfit, very good outfit. But BK Sports, Taron, big up to you, man. Big up to you. Hope you're good, man. Yeah, said big up to you both as before Spencer came in, but big up to it. Nah, he's got it there. Big up to all three now. Yeah, man. Taron, he's the man. I mean, I saw a little bit of your show earlier on today, man, but I was out shopping as well. So, but I did catch a bit of your show, and big up to you, Tam. And thanks for letting me know that Sunderland were 1-0 up against Tottenham at the time. And you know what? It's funny, isn't it? Because we're all still feeling a way about the result yesterday, and I don't even right now. I haven't even got time to banter Tottenham, and they're in the bottom 3.
Well, I have a Wolves fan bantering me. I really have no say to it. I can't really say anything because I'm like, yeah, they're getting relegated, but I'm standing on a episode. I'm sitting at the edge of a cliff, and like, it's not looking good. As I said, it's 50-50 who wins the league now. It's not in anybody. It's not in one person's hand anymore. City wins. And they win on Wednesday, and they win by a 3-goal difference. They have the lead in the league in 2 games. A week from Wednesday, City could sit there and go, "We won the last 2 games." and we sit at top of the table, and ours has they can do nothing about it, and CD will still have a game in hand.
Yeah.
That's where they are right now. They will have a game. Oh no, yeah, they won't have a game in hand. It'll be even at that point, but it go down to goal difference at that point, right?
Yeah.
And we won't have a say in it as much anymore because are we going to outscore anybody? That's what it will take. Either we outpoint them or we outscore them. Right now, outscoring
Yeah.
them isn't something we do late in the season. That's been our problem coming into the end of the season. When we need a goal, we never have it. We don't have it, right? So it's
Yeah.
like I said, if we see the exact same football that we've seen for the rest of the past season, nothing's going to change because we've seen it. We just sit there and watch the same thing happen again. If Arteta decides, or so one of his assistants decides to go, look, I'm gonna put my job on the line. Arteta, we can't do what we're doing. I'll put my job on the line. We need to do something different. Can we do something different, please? People are talking about, should I bring Dalman into the game? We might have to do something crazy like that because sitting back and just letting it happen to us is not fun.
Yeah.
Like, Dalman's going to give us something nobody else gives us on the pitch right now, right? He's got no
Yeah.
fear. Arteta hasn't got his claws into him yet, right? He's not scared to make a mistake, right? And that's what we look like. We're scared to make a mistake. And guess what? The only way the only way we get ahead is if we actually take a chance, and we don't take the chance. They just showed that play from Casado. Basically, all he has to do is just clear the thing, much less try to dribble through three people. As soon as he saw he was under trouble, just boot that thing. Even if it gets deflected off a City player, they don't control it and run it back and take the shot. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're asking too much. We're asking other people to help us. It's just not going to work. So yeah, no, like I said, we see the same thing, expect the same thing. If we see something different, I would hope to see something different in the results. So
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And guys, just to ask you both, I mean, from what Luke said here about our attack's gone missing, like we've known it has for most of the season. I feel like Yoko is the only attacker who's been consistent season. Now, you know what? If this had come up in December or beginning of January, I would have disagreed with that, and I would have said Trossard would have been the most consistent attacker. But I think since Semenyo was signed at City, Trossard's just gone off the boil, in my opinion. He's just gone off the boil. And I feel that Gyökeres has been our most consistent. My brother Damos the other day, big up Damos by the way. He even said if you said you probably saw it, Gary, where he basically said it was Martinelli who'd been our most consistent. I would say wrong in terms of the league. I would say right in terms of Champions League.
100%.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%.
And I feel with Gyökeres for me, he has been finding his way and he's been getting goals here and there. And I think we'll get a lot more next season. But I feel that we need to. There's a lot in the attack that I think we need to get rid of next season. We shouldn't even be at the club. And it'd be a case of building around building Gyökeres around the likes of Eze, Saka, Max Dowman. I don't want Ethan Waneri to leave the club, but him as well. And we get ourselves a top draw left winger. Kai Havertz, I think, will be at the club another year. I think Jesus has to go. But what's your guys' take on that, Spence? So what do you reckon, mate? What do you reckon?
God, such a good question. Because, like, again, I wonder, and I've struggled thinking about this a little bit, and like from a left wing perspective, like sometimes and Gary will tell you I'm inconsistent on this one, but I'm honest about it. Some weeks I'm sure I'm want Trossard to play. Some weeks I want Martinelli to play, and then like
Yeah.
I feel like in the League Cup final, Trossard was just a passenger, but then like Martinelli, was giggling on the sidelines, and then we got Martinelli at Southampton pushing the referee, which I didn't like. I thought it was unprofessional. But again, like that's not the question. The question is the attack, and like I can't rely on any of them, right? Like you said, 100%. Like Martinelli is really good in the Champions League. Now, whether that's based on it being an open style of play, I don't know. But I don't trust any of those guys. I would not want them there. Jesus, he's gonna have to leave. I think he's gonna leave anyway. Havertz will be here another season. I like Havertz, but I like Havertz more as a striker. I don't mind him in the midfield, but he's not my first choice anywhere near it. But Saka, obviously still stay here. Yorkeres, I think it'd be nice to find another striker. I don't know who that's going to be. I like to build on Ethan Winwary, Max Dowman. Madueke's probably still going to be here. They just purchased him, so do you make him a backup winger to each side? I don't know. Like, I don't know what you do with him. Like, he can't find a way to not run the ball out of bounds. Like, I don't mean to laugh about it, but he does it, and
That's true.
God, So I wish there's some people that are going to have to do some gut check, because I think from a defensive standpoint, Mascara's been good, Hincapie's been good, Calafiori's been good. Sleep. Like, if you talk about that back line, like that's set up. I mean, Ben White's probably going to move on. Timber's still good, but from an attack perspective, they definitely need to do something in the transfer market this summer, and I think they will. But take advantage of some of the youth you have, in Weary and Dowman, and then if that becomes, hey, we know we're going to build with Dowman and Nweri in the future, and we got Eze here. Odegaard's an interesting one because I still like Odegaard because of what I think he does on the ball. He doesn't do enough with assist and creation, but he is kind of this, to me, he's this glue that kind of, like, he would have been nice to have on Saturday for an outlet for Raya, where I think he's willing to take on some of those and turn the ball up. But he could move this summer, but my biggest beef with him right now, Brenny, is his inability to stay healthy. I think he's only played like 36% of the games this season. I got to have you be here, and now we've had two cycles in a row where he's had these knee injuries and now he's gone. He's played 2 games and then he's out. Well, if you're not healthy, dude, don't come back at all. Get healthy because we need you right now. But that's one that you might not know about. So I don't know, man. I really don't know where the answer is, but it's gonna have to be. They're gonna have to bring someone, especially at left wing position. I think the left wing position is our biggest issue. But I would love to see us tactically go back to overlapping fullbacks. If you're gonna try to tap into Yorkeres's big strengths, overlapping fullbacks that could sling crosses in, and then you could have Saka hanging out up here at the 18, and then the other left winger hanging up here at the 18 to take shots here instead of them being the ones doing the overlaps and trying to do the crosses in. I think we just need to look at the tactics of the team. Now, if that ends up being a new manager or Arteta, I don't know if this ends differently and he's here for another season, because that's probably if he wins either Champions League or the league, he's going to be here another year. I mean, that's going to happen. But if he doesn't, then it becomes a new manager and new tactics. So we really don't even know what that new look Arsenal could be, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, Havertz, the new manager might say, "I don't rate Havertz. He got to go." That could happen. So there's a lot of unknown with that, but of the current crap, sorry, the current crap.
No, you're right. You know what? I like to say your first thought is the right one. You actually probably said it right, okay? Because I don't think anybody would disagree with what you said.
Fair. Martinelli, Trossard, and who's the other one? Jesus are the 3 I would absolutely be packing the bags and pushing them out the door. And I would listen to offers on some of these other guys. Not Nweri or Skelly. They have to be part of our plan in the future. They have to be.
They have to be. Oh, 100%. 100%. I'm a big fan of the academy.
Can I ask, the question was, which one of our attackers was the best this season, or who are we keeping?
Just talking about our attack in general, about what do you think this season in terms of
we've got talented players in our attack, right? So for me, you got Saka, you've got Erdegaard when he's healthy and he pushes forward. If he pushes forward, I like it. If he's not, I don't like him back with the back line. I know people think he's good there, but I feel like I need that creative juice higher up the pitch. And Nweri, good in the attack for me. After that, Eze, right? So those are 4 players. I think as far as our attack, they stay, right? They stay if they're healthy. If Erdegaard's not healthy and they think they can get some money for him, then I could see them letting him go, right?
Yeah.
If he wants to go, then it's one thing. But if he's coming back, like if he comes back healthy, is he a starter for us? I don't All right, I want Eze to start for us, but that might be a question for whether Eze and Erdegaard start, and then Rice plays the six, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if Erdegaard is going to come back anyways and support, right, then
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if it's Subamendi or Erdegaard in that situation for me,
Yeah.
because that's what we're seeing anyways, right? And Zubamendi and Rice are put in a position where they have to move the ball at the pitch, and we're like, that's not what they do. So,
Yeah.
but Erdegaard can come back support, but he can move forward. So, pick your poison. As an opponent, which one do you want? But those are the four players right now that I go, yes, I'm keeping those four. Havertz, I think there's too much money invested in him that he's taken away from everything else that we want to do. That's a lot of money invested in him. Jesus, I think the same thing.
Yeah.
He's not going to give it to us. He should, I don't think he wants to stay, and I think he wants to stay. I don't think Arsenal should suggest that he not. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to play. Like right now, if Nweri was on the game in this team, I would say Nweri and Dalman would get all those minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and Jesus wouldn't even have to dress
Yeah.
sometimes because he's not coming on. You know what I mean?
100%.
Because he's not. I don't think he's offering that much, so he's gone. Madueke, I think, once again, another expensive Chelsea pick that we brought in. I mean, Chelsea fans were laughing at us when we brought him in, right? Has he delivered? Probably 1 out of 5 times he's delivered for
Yeah.
us, right? 1 out of 5 times he delivers for us, and we need more consistency. He's not going to give it to us. And Martinelli and Trossard, I think, once again, they combine some of their talents, and we have a good player, but we can't do that. So, to me, they both can go, and I wanted them both gone at the beginning of this season because I wanted us to let one of them go and bring in a starter.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I wanted. We didn't do that, and we need to do something better. So I think those four players are the ones I'm keeping. The other remaining attackers can go. Dowman, of course, is staying. I don't know if he'll be considered a first team player next season or not, but I think he should. Right? So that would be 5 attackers, and we need another 4 probably. Right? On top of that, just for depth. So yeah. And I guess Moreno will come back, and I think here I saw somebody put it in one of the chats. Well, if we're missing Moreno, then we got problems in my eyes. Because that means the margins are really, really small. The margins are really, really small. If we're saying Moreno out is we're missing that piece to the puzzle in my eyes, anyways. I know he brings a lot to the table, but I don't think he's an everyday starter for us anyway. So he's coming off the bench in most cases. So that's why we need to either have the player that he's replacing be a top player, right? If that's not Eze, then that's not Erdegaard, then it needs to be somebody, right? So that's kind of how I see that playing out because I don't think he replaces. He might replace Subamendi, but I don't think. I mean, I think it's more for his attacking and his defense, right? That we bring him in, right? It's more for him bringing the ball up the pitch than it is for him sitting back and defending in front of the back line.
Yeah.
So for me, if it's attack wise, I think we can do better. I know it seems to work for Spain, but I don't think you can compare international football to the Premier League. So it doesn't work for me. So yeah, I'm keeping 4 players. The other remaining players can go as long as we improve on them. And I think that's what we need to do. Like we've got everything on that back line, even on goal. Any goalkeeper we bring in, if Kepa leaves, we'll be fine, right? We've got Rice, Mendy. Who's the backup to them? That's the question, right? And then it's if it's Eze and Erdegaard, I think we're set. If Erdegaard leaves, then we need to replace him. And then you've got Gyökeres and you've got Gyökeres and Saka, right? We need a left wing, right? And where does Eze and Dalman play, right? Right? They should be coming off the bench second next season if they keep improving, right? If we're going to keep them on the. Some people say Skelly and Ethan need to go out and loan again, like they did for Saliba. If you're going to do that, they should have done that already, right? They should have done that. Should have been this season. They should have both went out on loan this season.
Yeah.
If you think they were ready, right? If you thought we had to force him and play Skelly last season, but he needs more. And we don't want to play him as a fullback anyway. So let him go play where he can play as a midfielder, right? Same thing with Ethan. If you're not going to play him, let him go and play and get the minutes, and then you bring in somebody, right? We didn't do that, so we kind of handcuff ourselves at the beginning of the season, and then in the middle of the season, we let players go and we never replenish, right? We keep doing that. We keep letting players go on loan and never bringing in a replacement, right? When they have produced for us in the past season, right? So yeah, that's how I feel about the attack. Yeah. So I think there's a and I always used to joke that we have 10 players. We need 10 players, right? I mean,
Yeah.
not really. We don't need 10 players, but we definitely need 5 players this season, and most of them should be on the attacking side. I think we're set defensively. So yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what we should be doing, and that's what Birch's mantra should be this season, this summer going in. Is that I'm going to make sure our attack is just as good as our defense. We should be able to do that. Let Sacker rest. I would like to have him come back, but not if he's gonna stay around for 5 years. Like I said, let him come back as close to fully healthy as he can. We don't need him for this season right now. We need him for the remaining 4 coming up. If you're going to spend that money on him, you want him to play out those 4 seasons as close to whatever his new normal is. All right, we're dragging him out there on half a leg. I keep saying it, half a leg. Can't do that. Same thing with Erdogan. We're dragging him out there half a leg. He can't finish games. All right, so what's the point? Like, we need players that can finish games, and then we pull them when we hopefully have a lead. And we don't even get the lead because we're playing. We're playing with our hands behind our back, right?
Yeah.
We can't get the lead early in the game to even make the decision whether or not we can pull players and give them a little bit of a rest because we're playing. This game is tight. We look suspect on defense late anyway. So yeah, there's a lot to. I think there's a lot to think about. So,
hey, Brenny,
go ahead.
Sorry, Gary. You go ahead.
I think I rambled enough.
No, so I sent in the
no,
group chat.
It's all great facts.
Yeah.
I sent in the road trip group chat today to a screenshot of the Bournemouth game from, I believe it was the one that was the Reece Nelson goal, right?
Oh,
and then yesterday's. And I looked at the stats from that game. And granted, it's a different team, but it was the same situation where we went down 2-1 to Bournemouth. And the levels of just what's changed from an attacking perspective, right? And that's, I think they had 30 some shots on goal and 30 some shots altogether in that game. But yesterday, I think we had 18 altogether and 3 on target. Like, I'm watching yesterday, and I had no belief in my mind that we were going to win the game after it was 2-1. I said, we might get a second, but we're not going to go get 2 goals. Whereas back in that season, we were a little bit more sketchy when it came to the defense, right? And it obviously cost us in the end. But you were like, we can go get 2 goals. Something's changed, and again, I don't know who, I don't know what, but there's, like you said, we just mentioned the players that need to go, and I think, like Martinelli was a player for a different time, right? And I think now we've kind of moved on past him. We need something different. Yeah. And again, is it on Arteta? Is it on Martinelli? Is it a mixture of all the above? I think that's the correct answer, all the above. But I don't know if there's hunger from those players either, the Martinellis or the Trossards. And you see that hunger from a Dowman. You see that hunger from an Nweri. Skelly shows it. Even Gabriel, Saliba, those guys show it. But I look at a Martinelli and his body language. Does he care? And that's a legitimate statement. I hate to call it someone's care for what they're doing, but I just don't see it at times when I watch him play. He's smiling, giggling. I don't know.
Yeah, as you said, that pushing the referee thing, people talk about the Arsenal way. I don't think that's the Arsenal way. You don't put your hands on a referee.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, like he's lucky he didn't get a red card. I think most sports you touch the referee, you're gone.
100%.
You're gone. And like if you're gonna do that to the referee, then you better do that to a defender. You know what I mean? Who's coming at you?
He did pick up that one guy. Was hurt. He did pick up that one guy from Liverpool that was hurt. Yeah. So he.
No, but that's not. But okay, that's not what I mean.
I know what you mean.
But you know what? If you're gonna put your hands on someone, you better be like, come on. You gotta pick and choose. Like Arsenal does it all wrong sometimes, right? You gotta pick up a player who's injured. You gotta go. You gotta put your hands on a referee, but somebody comes at you and drops you to the floor, and you just run away or something like that. No, it doesn't work that way. Like they can't put you down on the ground and get away with it. You're gonna talk to them for a little bit and say that's not happening again. You know what I mean? So you got to stick
Yeah,
up for yourself sometimes, but you also got to be smart about it. So yeah, ah, this Arsenal team. I,
I'm telling you, man, that's what we're doing. That's what
as
it
I was telling
does.
Spencer, I'm a
Stress.
Dallas Cowboy fan, and I'm living Dallas Cowboys with this Arsenal team now, and I thought this will be the one that would change the ways for me. Right? They're on
Yeah.
30 years without a Super Bowl. We're only 20
Oh,
here, but
wow. 30 years
you know.
without Super Bowl. Jeez.
Yeah,
Oh, I
we were talking
mean,
about that this morning too.
Yeah, it was in the '90s when we won 3 and 4 years, right? And then since
yeah,
then, we barely make it past the first. We barely get a win in the playoffs, much less get to a chance to play for a Super Bowl.
yeah.
So, yeah,
I mean, my team
Wow.
won in 2015, so I've seen it, but I've never seen Arsenal win anything other than FA Cup. I mean, Brenny, I don't know if I've told you, but I've only started really like following this sport like the last 7-8 years. So
Okay.
I don't have any memories
Yeah.
of. I was more of an MLS guy, and I was like, well, let me just pick some international team, and I picked Arsenal. So like
Yeah.
my story's not as romantic as some of these other people. I'm just kind of a newbie here, if I'm
Well,
honest. But
well, listen. Let me tell you something about that, and big up to Tiger Guna, by the way, as well.
Hey,
Big
thanks for
up to
joining
you,
us from
man.
all the way from Australia,
You know what I
2 a.m.
mean?
Oh man,
Wow. So yeah, but you see what you just said as well. I love that honesty because you see with Arsenal fans, doesn't matter where you're from. What I mean, it's not just Arsenal. I mean, there's we have fans here who love American football, for example, love the NFL, and they've been supporting their teams for how long? You know what I mean? And it could be the same with baseball. Same, you know what? Funny enough, a guy I went to school with, I went to school with, and then, well, I say I went to school. We were in a different year at school, but then years later, he ended up being my boss, and he's a Tottenham fan. Oh, I haven't seen him for a while though, but I don't think we're happy about today. But his favourite, if I'm not mistaken, his favourite hockey team is, I think they're in Philly. What's the team called in Philadelphia?
the Flyers.
The Flyers. Yeah, he's a big Flyers fan, and he's been over there as well to watch them play a long time ago. I don't know when last he had the opportunity to do so. But he's one of those big fans. He's hardcore. He has been for a very long time. So, but then, and he knows the history of the club as well, history of the club, history of the team, and all that. You know, so for you, at least you're honest in what you say because it's not just Arsenal fans do it, but you get some fans as well who think they know the club inside out and they don't. And I always say to those fans, please don't do that. Like there's this one guy who I'm not going to name, but people will know already in the chat, where he basically said something on a show early in the season, I think it was, where Robin van Persie was in the academy for 10 years, and Robin van Persie was bought here from Feyenoord in 2004, and he weren't in the academy, nothing like that, or in the under 21s. He was actually a first team player, but he wouldn't regularly play when he first played for us, back in 2004. So it's things like that, and I just say, you'll see a lot of Arsenal history on YouTube, a lot of history, and you'll see a lot of goals, a lot of players, and you'll enjoy. You will see our title winning teams of years ago. We first won the double, the league and the FA Cup in 1971. I'll tell you what, Spencer, there's so much you would enjoy from this club over the years and the players we've had, and you know You will love it, mate. So yeah, just always look, just check out YouTube and you'll
I
see.
do that actually. But I've watched
Yeah,
the Arsenal documentary, learned about some of the stuff from the 30s with FA Cups and everything. I'm learning it
yeah.
slowly but surely, and it's just when I have time, I'll watch stuff. Like Gary will tell you, I love '90s NFL, so I'll go back and watch some of the old stuff. So I love the history of any sport, of any sport I watch. I mean, it's just
And fair
that's what
play to you. Hey, big up, Dodgy.
What's up, boys? How we doing?
Hey,
Doing
all
well.
good, all good, all good. Dodgy, I know you know Gary. You met Spencer before?
Gary, hi, Spencer. Nice to meet you, buddy.
How you doing? I do stuff with Gary on his channel. So
Oh, amazing. Gary the man. There he is.
I was
Yeah,
fine.
man,
It's
it's
I
been
fine,
good,
so I
man.
don't
It's been
cry.
good.
Brenny, my brother.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, man. We're all good at it. I decided I wasn't going to watch any football this weekend, but I decided to watch the Chelsea City game. Gary and I were just watching it here. Spencer's been with us now about almost 30 minutes. So yeah, we're just talking about yesterday and just dissecting what's going to happen from here with regards to this result changes everything from a psychological point of view.
Yeah, it does, mate.
What's your
And I
what's your
think
take?
I think the problem is I think it's psychologically changed a lot of the supporters' psyche as well. I think, look, had City gone out there today and Chelsea pressed them into City 1-2-1 or something, I think, we would have all sat there probably in the back of our minds going, we could get it. But I think, like I predicted it last night with G Talks Arsenal, we were having a conversation last night and I said to him, mate, they're going to go out there and they're going to pump Chelsea. I said, and there's going to be pandemonium once that game finishes within the fan base. But if you want my take, I mean, obviously, obviously on the football takeover, you were there as well. We all knew. Please excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm just about to get in the shower, but I thought I'd pop on quickly and have a chat. So my apologies
No
for
worries.
that. I have no top on. Yeah. So my take on the Bournemouth game. Where do I start, mate? I think now I've calmed down a little bit. I think it's probably. I think it's probably pushed my buttons a little bit, that performance. I've backed, and I will continue to back this team right to the very end. Of course I will. And all of us will as supporters. When Wednesday night comes, all of us will be up for it. All of us will be wanting to back this team right to the end. But man, and I'm going to say this from somewhere that is a Arteta in guy. I have been right from the start. I've backed that manager. I backed him when he came in. I do think he has done wonderful things for the club. I really do. I think he's brought back Arsenal Football Club as a feared team around Europe and the Premier League. But mate, something's not right. Something's not right. Something hasn't been right most of the season, but you know what? We all stomached it. We all stomached the way we were playing. We all stomached the way, we were nicking wins here and there. A lot of us knew it wasn't sustainable, but I think, we stomached it because we were getting wins, right? You can't question the guy if he's winning. But we all knew it was going to come crashing down at some stage. And I think the big problem is come crashing down at the most crucial part of the season, mate. And I don't care what anyone says, and I will fight it to the end. This manager's tactics, you're never going to win a league playing defensive, negative football in the Premier League. It is the strongest, hardest league in the world. There are teams out there, and I watched City today, and I don't want to harp on about City because I hate them, but I have to admire them for the way they play football. What they have done in the last 3 weeks is turn around their season. They went out in January, bought arguably the two, probably at the time, the best players in the Premier League. and that gave them momentum. And not only that, we all know Pep knows how to manage. We all know Pep knows how to win. And you know what? We're at a stage now where I actually fear next Sunday. I'm fearing next Sunday, and we shouldn't be. You know, we're champions elect. We're champions elect. We should be going there full of anger, full of, you know, you're not getting one over us, full of confidence this season. We're not. We're going there like a wounded puppy, and that is worrying. That is worrying for me, and I don't know, and I hope I'm always wrong. I always hope I'm wrong. I don't know if Arteta has the mustard to bring these guys back up to what they need to be to beat that City team. Today, I saw a City team going to Chelsea and fighting for every ball. I saw a City team fighting in defence. I saw a City team quick through their transitions because they know they can hurt teams up front. Yeah. I don't see that with Arsenal. We're 6 games away, guys. This calculation is a simple calculation. If they are now 6 points behind us, they beat us, they win their game in hand. They're now equal on goal difference with us as well. And all of that before we play Newcastle next.
Yeah.
Now, that's a sobering thought. Had we gone there with 12 points, different story. You know, do I think City, I was always the guy advocating for, oh, don't worry, City will drop more points this season. Not after seeing that today against Chelsea. They may well, don't get me wrong, but they look like a team that are going to fight to the end of the season. And you know what? The worst thing is I think that they are, congratulations to our boy Jack Wilshere. But I think from my point of view, mate, I'm really worried, man. I'm really worried. And you know what? My biggest thought straight away would be, throw the Champions League. But if those guys go out there on Wednesday night and don't win that Champions League, there's going to be no momentum going into Sunday's game. And let's also not forget City are resting all week as well, preparing while we're carrying pens across the training field. You know,
I did say if you watch the game, the football guys may have blessed us a little bit.
Yeah,
Nico Riley he's not going to be 100% if he goes off.
But what a player!
Rodri went out as well, right? Yeah. So I don't want injuries, but late in the season we've got injuries as well that are hindering us. They're hemorrhaging us right now. Is that actually right? No Saka, no Erdogan. Those are hurting us on the attacking side. So and Kai Havertz is not 100%. So if anything is going to even the score a little bit, that might. But in reality, it still doesn't matter if up here you're all not really in for it, because right now it's got to be all hands on deck. I don't care how you do it. You can, if you have to hand the ball in to the goal and they don't catch it, I don't care. You know what I mean? Yeah. At some point, we need to find a way to get the win, right? All means necessary is kind of how I go. This thing, like you said, I think you play the sporting game in preparation for the next one. So if Saka is coming back, and you're going to give him, he's not starting, but you're going to give him minutes. You need to do 100%. That. As a should start, because guess what? He came in and gave you about 20, 30 minutes. He should be able to start, and that's what we need. We need him starting. So we need him playing a full 20, a full half.
Eze needs to be starting as well.
Yeah.
Get some legs in.
So we have reasons to play this game and try to win it, because they need to see a win. It didn't help the last time because we won it late. We need to go in and maybe secure the win like we did against Leverkusen, where it seemed like it was going to be our game and it didn't really matter what happened in the previous one. That's what they need to see. They can't, winning it late was like, yes, thank you, but then it didn't help us in the next game, right? So we need to go in there and actually win a game, hopefully in the first half, and then see it out kind of thing. So yeah, I'm so it's ugly to watch, right? It's ugly to watch. It's pressure. Now it's not even pressure anymore. Like it was pressure before, and now it's not pressure anymore because
Mm.
I know what I'm going to see. If I don't see what I'm thinking I'm going to see, then I'm going to be happy because that means we tried something different.
That's it. Do you know, I said that in Discord a minute ago. I was just, obviously it's going bananas in Discord currently. On the FT Discord is going mental, and I'm probably not helping the situation by putting really stupid, funny memes into it. But I think from my point of view, I said it to a couple of the lads, and I said, guys, I'm at peace with it. After I admit, going into that game like yesterday, I was positive. I was like, come on, we can do this. We can do this. After yesterday and looking at the performance the team gave us and the pure fact that Arteta didn't look like he had an answer or a reply to it, or he wasn't even able to get the boys going in the second half. And then watching that City tonight play Chelsea, for me, I've made peace with it. Anything better than what I'm expecting, great. I'll be happy and I'll be over the moon. I'll be so proud of the guys, and I want to be proved wrong. I want to be proved wrong more than anything in the world. But what I've seen over the last 2 months, we've almost regressed. We're going backwards. Yeah. We're not, City. Okay, City always do it. They always come good at the end of the season. We know that. But mate, had we had an 18, 20 point gap, which we should have done this season, it wouldn't have mattered. We would have won the league already. Would have been walking away going, boom, enjoy playing your fantastic football, Pep. We've won the league, mate. It's over. See you next season. But I think for me, from what I've seen, I'm worried. I'm worried, guys. I'm worried. I think, I don't want to feel the way I'm feeling, as in I've written my piece with what I think will happen this season, because I just think that City have that. I think they've got that winning mentality in them, and Pep knows it as well. Pep will be giving it the large. Pep will be giving it, if we don't win at Chelsea, the game, I might as well not do a press conference in the next. He knows, mate. He knows what's coming. And it's worrying. And you know what? I hope to God Arteta proves me wrong. But this guy's got to go. His tactics, his negative football, it's got to go. It's got to leave. It's got to go, mate. If he wins us the league and they give him another year, I don't want to, but I'll deal with it, because I think it'll be done on merit. And I think, you know what, fair enough. But if it does happen, which I don't think is possible right now, if it does happen, he's got to change his style of football next season. He's got to bring in better players, mate. He's got to bring in better front line. And I'm not hating on Madueke. It's his first season. I'm not hating on Eze. He'll get better. He'll get a lot better. I'm not hating on Gyökeres. I thought, he popped a few chances that he could have scored yesterday. But on the whole, I think he's had a decent season, considering the guys had nothing to feed off the season. But the guys I'm taking pops at are glass legs Odegaard, glass shoulder Odegaard. Yeah. The guys I'm having a go at is Saka. Step up, mate. Okay, you've probably been carrying an injury most of the season, so but I'm not going to give him a freebie because of that. Step up, Saka. You're the leader in this team. Step up, mate. Guys, I'm sorry, and my distaste towards Martinelli, mate. The guy's got to go. He looked like a headless chicken running around the pitch. Oh, he really was a headless chicken. He's got to go. Trossard, get him out, mate. Get him out. We need new blood in there. Yeah. We need new wingers. And I think, an Alvarez coming in, oh, man alive, that changes your football dynamic straight away. Anyways, that's my thoughts on it.
So let me say this real quick. Is there a world where some of these players, like the Trossard and Martinellis, are burnt out from trying to do this? Or like they don't have it in them for this, where they've we keep failing, and again, maybe I'm not saying it right, but are they not really up for the fight? Do you know what I mean?
If you're asking for my opinion on that, I don't think they're good enough, mate. I genuinely don't think they're good enough. I don't think they're good enough to start either of them to start a game. Maybe half. Martinelli can come on, he can finish a game. He's quick, he's got legs. If you get the ball in the right area with Martinelli, he can hurt people. He can hurt teams. We know that. We've seen it. But the Premier League is a different animal now. Mm-hmm. There's so much focus on defense in the Premier League in every team you play against. They work out players quickly, and managers are clever. Managers know how to deal with our wingers because they do the same thing over and over and over every game. Look at Doku today. I think he's a class player, Doku. I like Doku a lot. But he goes inside, he goes outside. He's chasing the ball down. Mate, I haven't seen Martinelli dispossess one defender this season. One defender. Because he's too busy running off, and same with Madueke, same with Saka. Madueke's just busy running off the end of the pitch, mate. And brother's running a marathon every game.
It's funny, you know, because Dalvin dispossessed in the last game. I think not the previous game. The game before that, he actually dispossessed, and I'm like, so Arteta, he can do it. He can do the defensive responsibilities. So let him give him more minutes, because that's the thing. I think Arteta looks at his young players and goes, I don't know if they're going to do the other stuff. And where he will track back and take the ball off people. And when I saw Dalvin do it as well, so I know they can do it. So that shouldn't be a hindrance in terms of should they get minutes.
And you know what, mate? I think Dalvin should start. I think he should start on Wednesday night. I think he should get his chance and he should start on Sunday night. If anything, to rest our players for Sunday, Dalvin has to start, mate. And I think he makes a big impact. I think he sits back. I think Arteta looks at him and goes, I mean, maybe you're ready to play against City. So from my point of view, I think Dalman starts. I read someone in the comments said, you know, Martinelli's a homegrown player, you know, and you need players like that. Look, I get it. I get it. But sometimes these homegrown players just aren't it. We can't keep, as a football club, backing players that just aren't good enough because we love them and they're homegrown. We can't do it as a club, mate. The club is bigger than any player on that football team. And that's the way it's always been, and that's the way it should be at Arsenal. Don't get me wrong, I've got a lot of time for Martinelli. You know, he's done his service over however many years. The guy's done his service, and he's done very well for us considering. But the last 2 seasons, he hasn't been performing. So I do get that. You know, I get that people get very attached to players. I'm not that guy. I think if you're not performing, you sit on the bench. And if you're not performing from the bench, there's no place for you at the club.
Yeah, I think that's
so facts.
I mean, I don't know if I've come to peace with it. How this season might end. For me, I'm looking at it, and me and Gary have talked about this numerous times offline. Like, Brenny, I'm sorry, I gotta go. I got someone coming. I gotta go.
No worries. Did get message. You take care. Mate. Always welcome. Always welcome. Take care, Spencer. All the best.
Yeah. It's this season is a tough one. It's a tough one because this is like we thought the 23-24 season, is that the right, or 22-23, whatever that one was where we lost it late, right? You thought that was tough. This is tough, but this one this is one of those ones where you know how it can end. Yeah. We complain about the same things every week, right?
Yeah.
So, and nothing's changed. So, like I said, I think they've softened the blow for us a little bit. If you're surprised at what you're seeing, then you haven't been watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything we see right now, everything we complain about, we've seen it. It's all nothing's changed. So, like, it's almost like it's softened the blow and it's made it not easy to accept, but maybe easy to accept because you're like, I haven't seen anything different since day one. So
but Gary, let me ask you, a big question here.
Yep.
Why is it every pundit can see it?
Yep.
Every fan can see it.
Yep.
The players are probably seeing it.
Yep.
Why is this manager not seeing it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
like, I don't. That makes no sense. And for me, I'm like, you have. If you're an assistant for Arsenal right now, how do you look to the rest of the world? Like Carlos Cuesta got a really good job in his look, and I believe his teams look really good, right?
Yeah.
Like, how do the managers that are here now, like they're contributing to this, whether they are saying, whether they are conflicting with Arteta, or whether is one of those things that you're letting it happen, or you saying at least look, because I think the same thing with the women's team, right? So the women's team, they went internal. Next thing you know, the team looks totally different. No players changed at all. Different voice, different instruction. They went on a run. They won the Champions League.
No.
So are they actually getting muffled? Or is their message not getting through because it's not allowed? Because I just like they've got big names there, right? Heinz is supposed to be a really big name in coaching football and managing football, and some of the things that I expect to see aren't happening. And I'm like, it's not good for your career if you're sitting here like, yes, I finished second 4 times in a row. Am I going to hire that guy?
No. In a business, you wouldn't. In a business, you wouldn't. No. I own a business. If someone came to me from another company, one of my competitors, and I'd looked at his sales results, I'd be looking at him going, sorry, dude, you're a bridesmaid. You're not coming in. I'm not giving you a job. You're not going to earn me enough money. Yeah. Sorry. And pardon me. I'm just still recovering from what's it called? Pneumonia. But also from my point of view, guys, why has anyone noticed that our defense has got a bit more shaky since Heinz has come in?
We have, and another thing as well with our defense at times, Gods, is like in recent weeks when we've been conceding goals. What I've seen in games, okay, not just in Premier League, but in it could be Championship, it could be League 1, League 2, or even when I'm watching my local team who are Step 5 non-league. Big shout out North Greenfield. Big shout out North Greenfield United, by the way. And when I've seen them take hits to the team, what I mean by that is if someone's got the ball and they get into the box and all of a sudden they clear on goal, and then someone slides in, takes one for the team, goes into the torso, or hits their face, and it goes off for a corner, and it could have been on target. I see with not just with us, but I see some footballers, even at a top class level, defenders are just turning their backs. They got their arms ready. They're folded behind the back. So it's folded behind the back, and then it's just a slight turn. Keep your eyes on the ball. Keep your eyes on the ball. Yeah. Because if we get to a Champions League, sorry to interrupt. If we get to a Champions League final, for example, and it's 1-1, and it's the last minute of the game in 90, and I don't want to see Saliba or Gabriel Timber, for example. I don't want to see them turning and doing that, keeping their eye off the ball, and then all of a sudden, they could have blocked it, but then we're 2-1 down.
No, but you know what? You've seen Gabriel take headers off shots.
Yeah,
from
Gabriel. Yeah, Gabriel can. Gabriel has done that.
But I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that for the last 2 months.
No, you.
So what's changed?
Exactly.
You watched you saw in the last 2 games. He did in the last 2 games. He has taken a header off of a shot from.
He has. But I haven't seen that commitment, mate. I haven't seen that. Yeah. Firstly, you say, we don't want to see Timber, mate. All I want to do is see Timber because I don't want to see Ben White ever again in an Arsenal shirt. Like, I'm really sorry. And he's been phenomenal for the club, mate. But again, that's another one that's got to go out in the summer. I think his head's half out of the club anyways already. So if we look at the and review the games recently, I think three to four massive errors have been Ben White for me, and I hate saying that because I've always had a lot of time for Ben White.
Big up, Ron Cole. Take care.
But yeah, no, guys, look, I need to run in a minute. I've actually, my wife's very, very kindly run me a bath. So I apologize, but I'm going to go and have a nice
No,
bath.
that's all right. No, I appreciate you.
But I just
coming
wanted
on.
to pop on, obviously show some love to you, Brenny and Gary as well.
Thank
No,
I saw
appreciate
you pop the SteamYard in, so I thought I'd quickly hop on and give my opinion, mate. But look, obviously, I don't want it to come across to any of the listeners. I don't want it to come across as though I'm being overly negative, because I think a lot of us are feeling quite negative at the moment. But trust me, Wednesday night comes, I'm going to be up for it as much as anybody else to watch this team, go in and win, because that's all we want. But I just hope they can turn it around. I really do.
Yeah. Oh, we all do. We all do, mate. We all do. You know what I mean?
All right, guys.
Yeah.
But listen, have a really good rest of the show, and big up to everyone in the chats. Obviously, make sure you guys are tuning in all the time to Brenny and Gary. Great lads. And thanks for having me on, Bren.
Take care always.
Cheers,
you're
boys.
part of the furniture here. Yeah. Take care, man.
Take care, man. Bye-bye.
See you later. Bye. Take care. Bye. So we got Arteta should have played Norgard more. Yeah, he should have done. I would have played Norgard yesterday. I definitely would have played him yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, unless he's injured, like that's the only thing I can think of. He pulled up. He had one of those Marino moments where he just gets there and he's injured in practice, and then he can't play, for example. But if he can play, and we're not playing him, then no, that's one of those things where, like, Bert has got to be knocking on the door, going, "Is there something wrong with Norgard? Is there a reason why we're not playing him? Because he just, he should be getting minutes. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
it shouldn't. He should be out there on the pitch for many a game. I mean, when you haven't had 90 minutes in the league after being a starter, an everyday starter for your team the previous year, and you haven't had 90 minutes, you can't. What? You know what I mean? Like, nobody can explain that. Like, he didn't have 90 minutes in the league. He's got like 1,000 minutes in everything else, but he's got 90 minutes in the league, and we're killing our players in the league. They start off 30 minutes, look good. After about 30 minutes, by halftime, coming out of halftime, they're done. And it consistently happens. And Arteta hasn't, just figured out that, guess what? Maybe they don't start today. You know what? Maybe they come off the bench today. There's little ways to give your players a little bit of that extra, a little bit of extra energy that they need. But
and this is a really good point as well. Just a good point here. As we're talking, a really good point by Tiger Gurner here as well, because Jorginho did get the minutes when he was at Arsenal. He did get the minutes.
And you know what? That's Arteta's got favorites, right? That's what it looks like. Yeah. Arteta's got his favorites, and that no matter how poor or good they're playing, they get the minutes. And you're killing your other players by not doing that.
Yeah.
Like everybody's complaining about Zubimendi's play in the second half of the season. It's because he hasn't had, he's playing in a tougher league. He gets no rest, right?
Yeah.
And even Rice has got too many minutes under his belt right now.
He needs that guy's running on empty, man. He's running on empty, seriously. Yeah. He really is. But Retro Gamer, yeah, man. Big up to you. Big up to you.
He came over from the channel.
Yeah. Arsenal been looking good in Champions League. Where we have 2 ties, helps the team. You can play the passive football. It doesn't work so well in a one game, and that's the thing. It's just that you see with Champions League, it's a case of if we were to, I wouldn't be surprised if we get to the final, but it's just in a one-off game. I'm thinking, well, would we even even get over the line in a one-off game. You know, so yeah. I think Gary's called. Big up to the silver one. Yeah, the pain is real, man. It is. It is. It is real. You know, and after what happened today, yeah, looks like it's going to happen again. But this manager's not good enough. I keep saying it. I've been saying it for years. Not good enough at all. Yeah, I hope we do get in the finals, World Tiger. You know, I really do. But I think you're still winning the title. I don't know. I mean, I don't think City will drop any more points now. A few weeks ago, I would have said yeah, but I think winning that League Cup has actually galvanised them. I really think it has. You know, they're just that wounded animal now. So yeah, it's gonna be tough. Gary
Sorry. No, I'm here. I just had
That's
to talk
alright.
to the boss for a second. So, yeah, no,
No worries,
I'm still
man.
here.
No worries.
I'm actually like finishing off my taxes. I do it online, so I was like, I need to just finish it off and get it done before the deadline. So I do it online.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me get this done and then move on to
No
pay my
worries.
taxes and then move on.
Oh, you got
you guys don't have
silver
that, you don't have that over there. You know, I mean, I don't
It's
think you have,
bizarre. I'm more confident.
unless you have tons of money, right?
I wish. It's bizarre. I'm more confident in winning the UEFA Champions League than the Premier League right now.
Yeah.
I was a few weeks ago. I was thinking the league because I was actually thinking there were those that would pick up points. Who knows? I mean, this Premier League thing is like we don't win it, I'm not going to be happy. I don't think any of us will be. Teams mentally happened in 2011 when we lost to Birmingham in the League Cup final. Ramsey got injured. Teams time break it up, start again. Yeah, at Birmingham Cup final. Oh my goodness, they show that a lot. You know, here they show the whole 90 minutes on the EFL channel, Sky Sports EFL. It's like that was an awful performance. A full strength Arsenal team as well. What time your way, guys? Tiger Guna, it is, well, for me, it's 7:45 in the evening, or coming up to 7:45 in the evening. For
Yeah.
Gary, it would be a little earlier.
Yeah, 2:45. So yeah. So yeah.
Going to jail. Well, we've been live for over 3 hours, man. It's been great, and I'll tell you what, all you in the comments as well, and yeah, I think I will do this more often, but not when it's I wouldn't do it next Sunday, not when we're playing, because I'd want us to be fully on it and fully focused. But I think I'll definitely do this again when on a Sunday when we're not playing. You know, or maybe end of the season, maybe I can get a few of you on to do a quiz. Do an Arsenal quiz, that'd be good. I wouldn't take part. I would definitely no. I mean, I'm pretty good at quizzes, but I wouldn't be the one taking part. I'll be the quiz master.
Cool.
Definitely. Cool. You know what I mean? Well, nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not too bad. I mean, it's still it's still a little bright outside, but sunset any minute now.
Yeah, we've got. I mean, over here it's blue skies, but it's not. It's cold. So
They're
it's
cold.
not.
Oh wow.
It's cold. Yeah, it's cut. I mean, you look up in the sky, clear blue skies, but it's chilly out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh wow. Well, I just put it on Como versus Inter Milan, and I thought this would be quite interesting because I know Cesc Fabregas has got his side playing football.
And how they doing?
So, no, it's just about to kick off. Well,
Oh,
in
it's just about to
about
kick off.
I'd
Okay.
say less than five
I've seen
minutes.
that. I've seen a lot of people thinking that maybe Cesc should make a move over to Arsenal, and I'm like,
Uh, uh,
I don't want somebody on their way up. You know what I mean?
no,
No, we
I neither do I.
we got Unai Emery, who was needed to see if he could make the jump again. It didn't work out. You got Arteta, who made the jump from nothing to where he is now. But we need somebody, as some people have said, who's already been there, done that, wherever they've come from, and they come with some credentials, right? Be it,
Yeah.
like pretty much, you know, league titles, Champions League. Like Arsenal deserves that at this point if they want to if they want
Mm,
to make that jump, right? They need to make it.
mm,
It might be good to bring in a bigger tactician, but in reality, if you're not going to get the best tactician out there in football, then tell me you're going to go out there and get the manager with the credentials, right? So
exactly.
there's different ways to handle this thing. So we'll see what Arsenal decides to do. But yeah, yeah. No, I
Yeah,
don't know if we want to go
definitely.
young again, young, because I think that might might be back in the same boat again. All right.
Mm,
Yeah. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, like Arteta needs to loosen the leash and allow our players to express themselves. They're
great.
bloody
Yeah.
good enough. Yeah. If
He
you
lets
say
his defenders
you
do
say
that,
yeah,
He lets his defenders do that.
yeah,
And that's the thing I find interesting is that his defenders get to do this that right. But
he does. Um,
yeah.
he doesn't let. It's like we just don't. You know what? It's like we don't even have a plan A and plan B anymore for our attacking. You
Mm.
know, and so many, and it's like so many loose passes and and also, hold on a sec. Oh, it's nearly 3 a.m. Yeah, I know.
Mm.
I've got family in Melbourne, Tiger Guna. Got family in Melbourne, mate. I haven't been over there yet. In the probably going in a few years. We won games while crossing the ball. It's what Quad was saying, exactly that. And it's like we struggle to cross the ball. You know, it's not hard to cross the ball. These players can't do the basics. But yeah, they can't, and that's the thing. Mind you, I feel there's a lot of players now in the world of football that cannot do the basics. If everything would be the problem with Gary, that's life in jail for not doing his taxes.
I can say they're
No,
done. They're done. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
look
Just
at it. It's great to
waiting
see
to
my
get
uncles on
confirmation that
this.
they're done. So that's yeah.
Oh, it's great to see my uncles on the stream.
Hey, we got
Oh, come at it.
a happy on air.
Oh,
Thanks for joining. Yeah.
that's funny, man. That's funny. It's just the Chelsea legend. No, thank
And
you.
that's the thing as well, right? You're bringing him in. He's had that blue on, right? He
Yeah,
probably feels a little different, if not the same. We already everybody feels like Arteta is a mole. Emery's a mole. No, we need. I think some people said we need somebody not affiliated with the club. Just to you know change things around a little bit.
yeah, isn't it? Yeah, 150 FC charges pending.
Yeah, yeah,
They'll be all right with their lawyers and everything. They'll be fine.
yeah.
There'll be no issues there, guaranteed. You're on the West Coast Perth. Okay, okay, nice, nice. Yeah, I've got a couple of friends who I worked with. They I think they're living in Perth. I'm sure. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're doing well. When I saw them a few months ago. Speaking of which, I still need to finish my taxes.
Yeah. No,
on to April 15th.
we got 3 days to get it done. I've had it. I always
Mm,
have it just sitting there, and I'm like, I don't know why I don't just do this and get it over with, you know, um,
yeah.
uh, and get that off my pending list of things to do. So
Mm,
it's done now, and I've just waiting to get the. Usually, we get a text message saying they received it, so waiting to get that. Then I know it's done.
yeah.
Yeah, Luis
It's a
Enrique's
match
name
on
comes up. I think a lot of people think he might want to stay where he is. So, and especially
Yeah,
if they have a really good run to finish to this season, you know what I mean? Like
I
that's the
would
thing.
take him though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would take him definitely. I mean, I always rated him from years ago, and I was like, nah, I didn't think he's that good. But some people forgot that he actually won a treble, even though he did it with Barcelona. It doesn't matter if you have Messi in the team or not; you still have to do it.
No, that is
You know?
that is true, and and we're not even. It's not like we need a treble, but we need to be able to be winning trophies. We need somebody who's got that under their belt, right?
Exactly,
And
exactly.
has put their team out there and seen them finish. You know, or
Yeah,
waiting for Arteta, like you said. If Arteta does it, cool. But will he be able to do it again? That might be a lot to ask. We've seen Slot, right? Slot has shown that
yeah,
just because you win it one, he came in winning. He has won trophies before. Came in, won it with Liverpool. I don't think just because of the injuries they are that poor. You know what I mean? I don't think it's
yeah,
all just because of injuries. Like the football isn't good either. So and it doesn't matter who they have. Like they have good players, so they shouldn't be as struggling as much as they have. Um,
yeah.
it is a
hundred
big
percent.
hurdle to get from where they are now to top of the league, but I don't
Yeah.
yeah
Just answering Ty Gooner's question. No, they're not. They're not football fans. You know, they're not. They're yeah, they're definitely not football fans. You know what I mean? So yeah, you guys are lucky we don't see our taxes. No, we don't. Like
Hey,
the
but
time
you
when
know what? That's actually
conversation
good
didn't pay
because
his taxes.
you know how much money, yeah, you know how much money you're gonna live off. You don't have to spend it, put any money. You don't have to pay them back or anything. So I don't know.
Big up, Taya.
It should be
See,
easy.
this is what I
The
like.
tax law should be that easy that whatever money you've made, they take it out. You shouldn't have to. Like they know how much money you're getting. I think they create it that way so maybe the rich can figure out how to keep all their money. You know. So,
I've followed Arsenal since '71 when Charlie George scored the winner against Liverpool in the FA
so,
Cup final. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Yeah, I was born 3 years later, so but I have seen, I read and I've seen videos of that history from when Arsenal won the double in that our first double in '71, winning the league when the league was 2 points, winning it. Sorry, league was 2 points when winning a game was 2 points, and yeah, Charlie George, yeah, I think he's still at the club in terms of tours. Because I know I think Paul Davis as well, former Arsenal midfielders, do tours as well. But I'm sure Charlie George, I may even go on one, you know. So, yeah, because I've been around the ground for other things like other tournaments and stuff. But that'd be interesting. I'll have to go for a tour. Yeah, that's true. Big up Roncon. Yeah, 100% writing the government check this year. We're trying to get to the US. Oh, I feel like I followed Arsenal since 1886, Dark Square settings. No, you see, Sil, it's because you are the Highlander. You are a McLeod. You're a McLeod. I know it's the 40th year anniversary of the movie, but you are a McLeod. So you've been around for so long and you've had different accents, and I salute you. So yeah, that's the only how you could have seen that. Oh, you met Charlie George at Legends Tour. Oh, big up to you, man. Yeah, I'd love to meet him. I'd love to meet him. He's just when you see him talking on YouTube or anything else you see him on TV, just a positive guy. You know, positive guy. Loves the Arsenal. Arsenal's in his veins. Yeah. Here we are. Tony's born to be king. We're the princes of the universe. Yeah. But yeah, Charlie George is a proper gooner. But yeah, man. So no, we've been going for almost 8. It's almost 8 o'clock now. Going for a while, and Gary, really appreciate you coming on, man.
It's over me.
You know what I mean. Got to prepare myself for. I've got to head out a bit, and I should have sorted out dinner time to go. Bless. And yeah, definitely got to do this again, my friend.
Cool. Yeah, if I'm available, I would definitely like to join.
Yeah, so down to earth. Love him. Used to catch the bus home after an Arsenal game. Yeah, wicked, mate, wicked. Yeah, because for you, because I've got a different shift pattern now. So like when I was viewing you last week, I can watch it live every 2 weeks. That makes sense. Because then what I do is then I watch a rerun. If that makes sense. 1 week, so I'll have to rerun it this week, and then I'll be in the chat the following week if that makes sense because of my shift pattern now. 1 week of earlys, 1 week of lates. So yeah, no. But please like, share, subscribe to Gary as well.
Yep, thank you.
Let's help him get to 500.
Definitely do that here,
Let's
Brenny.
help him get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's help him, man. We've got to help each other. You know what I mean? And he's got some great content. You know, you see Spence earlier on, and the guys he's got. I mean, the crew that he's with, they're bigger than the Starship Enterprise crew. So yeah, let's help him out here. You know what I mean? One of them doesn't have pointed ears, so it's all good. You know what I mean? You know, they're not from the 23rd century either. But so please show some love to them, man. Be done. You know what I mean? And big up to all of you in the chat. Appreciate you coming on. And so Gary, but as well as your channel, where can everyone find you?
Yeah, so thank you again, Brenny, for having me on. It was cool, just chatting away,
Always,
watching
man.
the game, hoping for a miracle. Didn't get it, but that's the way it works.
No.
Everybody, DWTT is the channel.
what it is.
DWTT Arsenal in the search. I should come up first. We have shows Tuesdays. This week it's a Wednesday. I'm pushing it out to Wednesday, but usually it's Tuesdays, 12:30 a.m. for you guys in the UK, and then it's a 3 p.m. show on a Saturday, a little like match day show where we kind of watch the games and just talk about pretty much anything and everything. So the weekends are a lot more relaxed, and the weekday show is more about Arsenal 100%. So yeah, check me out there. I appreciate Brenny for having me on. So yeah,
Always,
everybody in
man.
the chat, thank
Always.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tiger Gruner. Thank you, everyone in the chat as well. Big up and thank you, Gary, coming on. And yeah, we'll definitely do this again. And the greatest North American Arsenal content creator out there. Oh yeah.
Thank you. I'll take the praise. I don't know if others agree, but I like it. Thank you.
Big up, man. Yeah, thank you all again, man. And thank you all in the chat and big up. And we're out of here. Catch you all soon. Take care.
All right, see you.